All right, now testing. Is it working now? So the music must not have worked. Let me ask you something. That's right, I had to switch everything around because hold on. What about this? You hear this? Can you hear that one? Can you hear that? All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I had to reset the driver in OBS Studio because the StreamYards one switched it. Yeah, it's kind of weird, all the things that, like, StreamYard actually, like, changes settings on your, you know, on YouTube. You have to give it permission. But anyways, wow, what a fallout, you know. I said that I think Hoosier Cold Cases has become kind of a conspiracy theorist in the Delphi case, and apparently that was so horrible that he had to go make some videos and complain and whine and cry. You know, I don't dislike the guy. I always thought he was kind of cool, you know, but you know, watching him on every Tom, Dick, and Harry YouTube channel, you know, going over and over and over again about how crappy, you know, he's always sort of anti-cop, you know. He's always been like that. But, you know, you can kind of, you know, people are like that. But now it's just day after day. And they're all doing that, right? But apparently somebody else is out there trashing him. So maybe it was a bad day. You know, another idiot, you know, the prof or whatever the hell his name is. I mean, that guy is just, I don't know what's going on in the Delphi case. See, the Delphi case is its own true crime, you know, with quotes around it, community. I'm in the actual true crime community where I cover Delphi, I cover every, you know, hundreds and hundreds of cases a year. They're all different, but, you know, I cover the Delphi case from time to time, right? But the people in the Delphi community think, oh, that's all you ever cover. And the troll community, they think the same thing because they don't watch the shows when I'm doing an old school, when I'm covering something like a cold case from 1975. They don't really give a damn. All right, but whenever it's Delphi or something, boy, they show right up. Or if it's the Idaho 4 or anything like that, they just pop their heads right in there and they show up. Now, what's crazy about it, though, is like there's this YouTuber named, you know, Grizzly or whatever. She's part of my online troll community, actually. I mean, it's amazing. Like, what she does is she passive-aggressively does this every single time. If there's somebody out there that's I said something about, and then they make a video that's attacking me, she sends over all of her minions, her group of people to come over and support that person. You know, it doesn't matter what it is about or anything like that. And I know exactly why, too. You know, it's really strange, but I know why. And, you know, one of the people in the comments over there said that on a show, you guys have been watching for a long time, right? Yeah, I know. I said he is a conspiracy theorist. Because if you believe in the Odinism stuff, you are a conspiracy theorist. And I'll explain why in a bit. You are a conspiracy theorist if you believe in the Odinism theory that the defense is putting out. Okay, you don't have an out on that. Yeah. So I mean, that's just the reality. Now, don't worry about it, Laura. Just, God, I mean, see, that's what I mean. It's like, if you weren't here yesterday, then forget it, all right? But you guys watch all my shows, and this person said that she came on my show, and I said, you could donate. You just buy a whole bunch of Twinkies. Because there was a picture of her on the screen, and she was, like, overweight. Does anybody think I would ever say something like that to somebody? Or have you ever heard me say anything close to anything like that at all? I mean, it was so, they just put it in there, and people go, wow, that's so mean. Oh, wow. And they believe it. They actually believe that stuff. So it's all intentionally done. They say the same thing over and over and over again. Here's what I'm going to do. Hey, Grizzly True Crime. Here's the thing. I know that you guys think that, you know, when I do my shows, I ask for super chats and everything like that. and I try to raise funds so that I can make an income here and I can donate a ton of money too. I donate 33% of my income to true crime related charities. How about you do the same damn thing, okay? Because you're so awesome. I mean, you are the greatest, okay? So you make way more money than I do, right? So how about you do the same thing? We hear crickets. All we hear is crickets. And I want it out of your income, not doing a fundraiser or something like that. Have it be painful to you, all right? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. She's a joke, okay? Anyways, what do we got here? Crazy. And by the way, everybody, if you're watching the show and you want to help support my channel tonight, that would be absolutely awesome. Thank you. Yeah. What an embarrassment this be. I mean, it's just, I don't know what else to say. I just do my shows, you know, and I see a lot of weird crap. It's the same thing in the Idaho 4 case. The same wacky people with the same wacky. They're always against the state. You know, they just, you know, everything's a conspiracy theory. It's wild. Yeah, but can you imagine that? Somebody that has almost 300,000 subs wasting their time coming over to go, hey, oh, let me send all my minions over to attack Gray. You know, they don't even know who the hell I am. They've never even watched my show, and I don't care if they do. But how about that, Grizzly? Why don't you start donating out of your checks a shitload of money and do something good with it, okay? How do you know she doesn't, Gray? I know she doesn't, okay? If she did, she would tell it would be part of their community because it would be a big deal. Hey, thank you, Little Puppy Paws and Brown Eyed Girl 714 and OCD. All right. And thank you so much, Brown Eyed Girl, for the cat eye. Maybe I'll turn on the, where is that thing? There, Streamlabs, just to hear some of that. I want to hear the Man, look how close we are to, we're going to be at $200,000 given away from my income, not, and it's from you, you know, you guys are supporting my channel, right? And I just give away a ton of it. So it's like, I don't know, man. I could have my house paid off. I could have all this stuff, but I don't do it. Yeah. Yeah, it should be the avocado. Let's see if it comes in. Hey, thanks, Julie. Little Puppy Paws, OCD. Good to see everyone. Hope it was nice Mother's Day. Yeah, I made a community post, and I don't know if you guys even saw it. It was like, Happy Mother's Day, and, you know, there was like 30 of you said something, but I thought you guys would be, you know, chatting away in there. But I hope you guys got all you needed, you know, or all the love on Mother's Day today. Thank you, Karen Andrews. Man, it's just so weird. Like, I don't really watch a lot of the Delphi community at all. People just say, Gray, have you seen this crazy crap? And then I go watch it and I go, whoa. And it's weird when you see names of people that were once reasonable sounding people, but they've caved in to the conspiracy, Odinism bullcrap. And that is exactly what they're doing. If you're out there and you're, see, there aren't anybody that goes, well, I don't like Judge Gold, but I also don't believe in the bull crap. Okay. Thank you, Karen Andrews. Tell you what, like in probably, how about on the 15th, we'll have a night where we'll try to, you know, have one of those things where we'll try to do like, you know, 500 for a certain place and then all make the rest up so that we hit the 200,000 even before we get to donation night. Wouldn't that be pretty sweet?
Chewbacca?
And that, it'll just be gravy after that, right? Like one of those matching nights where I go, hey, if we get to 500, I'll send 500 in, and then I'll also send in the other money.
Thank you, Great, for sticking to the facts.
Yeah, I would say that the Delphi case, the Idaho 4 case, but I think in the Idaho 4 case, unless you're an absolute imbecile, the Delphi case has a little, it's not as airtight, like in terms of what was on the probable cause document. Except the nutters there think it's all bogus too. So just think about like the Delphi case and think what you would have to have. See, if you believe in the Odinism theory, this is what you need to have going on. Let me see what screens I've got here. Gray. Oh yeah. Well, numbers there. We don't have the numbers yet. Yeah, like that. There you go. That's my own. Hey, thanks, Pitbull Lover. I'm not a big fan of pit bulls, but you know what though? I've been watching these. This guy that's a chiropractor, and he does chiropractor on dogs, which seems kind of weird, but he does pit bulls too, and man, they do seem kind of lovable to him when he's doing the chiropractor. You know, adjusting them, I guess. Well, they said I think they said we can be ready in 3 weeks, but she goes, no, we'll make it 5 months. Because they're just going to keep delaying and delaying. The way they sounded, the defense team, you know, they remember how they said, we're ready to go, a speedy trial. And then they just, every single filing was a complaint about not getting this, and we haven't had time. And I actually had already heard from somebody, they said they're probably going to ask for a delay. And that was like 3 weeks before. And there it goes, you knew it. Especially the documents they were sending in. And so she probably just said, okay, let's make it 5 months. Because they're going to keep delaying and delaying. I mean, who wants to? It's a hassle for every single person out, all the media outlets, everybody. I know that doesn't matter because it's about the accused and the victims and everything. But my God, I mean, have some sort of resolve. Yeah, they're just going to keep doing it. I wouldn't be surprised. There was something that was just filed that they're going to be talking about that is very damning to the defense. And I'm sort of wondering if it's going to be, like, you kind of wonder if Richard Allen might, wouldn't that be incredible, you guys? If he pleaded guilty somewhere down the line, never even goes to trial. Boy, what would all those Odinist people think? Well, he must have been an Odinist then. All right. Now he's one, but he wasn't before. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, it's just they just want their cake and eat it too. So here's the thing: if you believe in the Odinism thing, basically the people who hate Judge Gohl, they don't like her because they think the defense has really good points on their Odinism theory. That's the real truth of it. They try to make it seem like, no, we just want it to be fair. I don't necessarily even believe in the No. Come on, you guys. Let's be honest. You guys are absolutely... you think Richard Allen is likely innocent. I mean, look at... They're all saying the same things. They're all part of the same crew. It's wild. All right? They believe Richard Allen is innocent. Well, he is innocent until proven guilty, sure, right? But I believe he's absolutely the guy. He's bridge guy. But think about this for a minute. Like, if you believe in the Odinism, then that means that law enforcement had this incredible information. They were staring down, down the throat of a conviction. They had it right there. They had the guys. They were looking at him. They had him confessing and all these things, and they went, we can't do it though, you guys. Well, what would be the reason they would have to do that? Well, because there's Odinists inside the Delphi Police Department, the Indiana State Police, and the FBI. So to cover for the fact that an Odinist did it, I mean, why would they care though? Why not just let the Odinists get, even if you had Odinists in these places, why would you care if one of your Odinists went down for a murder? You would just still be Odinist and go, wow, that guy was a nut job, right? So that's what I'm trying to say, is that you'd have to have this massive cover-up in all different levels throughout the entire government everywhere. And that's why they threw in hey, did you see that though? Two of the corrections officers, they had Odinist badges. Ooh, see how it is? They installed him there. Because once they got Richard Allen there, they had to control him. They had to make sure that he would go down for the brethren who actually committed the crime. All right? And it's amazing, too, because they had this incredible foresight. They said, listen, Odinist guys, if you're going to go and you're going to commit this crime, make sure to leave a bullet at the scene that points to somebody else, okay? So when you're there, drop a bullet at the scene. And there's this one lackey, as a matter of fact, we actually broke into his house about a year ago, and we gave a bullet from Richard Allen's gun that we cycled through when he was sleeping. We put about 10 of them in there, and we just cycled all of them out, and we gave it to all of our Odinist buddies in case they killed somebody. They could just leave that at the scene, and then someday it would make its way back to Richard Allen. But then after the case was going cold for a while, they forgot. They forgot to go, hey, police, listen. Hey, let's get a little lead in here and get Richard Allen's name into the system. I mean, what took so long for Richard Allen's name to make it into the system? For the Odinists. It's just so crazy. It took him 5 years to finally get somebody to go, hey, did you ever look at Richard Allen? Yeah, because we left the bullet there. Hey, fellow Odinist, come here. Listen, I know you're working side by side with Tob Lesenby here, but listen, can you make sure that they know to look into Richard Allen, because I left a bullet there years ago that was ejected from his gun. Okay? This is what they want you to believe, that it's a massive conspiracy. They don't ever admit this part, but you'd have to believe that. Can anybody tell me, so this other guy, I forgot his name right now because I wasn't just thinking about it, but one of the officers or investigators that was really looking at Click. Yeah, Todd Click or whatever the hell his name is. He's out there looking into Odinism. And, I'm sure he gave them reports and they were like, yeah, it doesn't match some of the evidence we got. Yeah, it doesn't really add up. And, because you know what he is? I think this Click guy is one of those conspiracy nutters who happened to be working for the police department. He went down rabbit holes and just started digging around. And he was like, hey, I believe in this stuff. Look at it. He couldn't let it. I mean, the probable cause document was for Richard Allen, not Odinist. Okay? Yeah. Man, it's almost mind-boggling, the mental gymnastics these people have to have. And here's the thing, everybody. Richard Allen is Bridge Guy. All right? So, I hate to have to do it again, but we'll just do that little quick version that I have here because there's people who just don't seem to get it. Richard Allen is Bridge Guy. In fact, you kind of wonder recently why the defense team wants to get rid of the interrogation of Richard Allen by Jerry Holman, where, boy, he was so mean. Jerry Holman was so mean to Richard Allen. He was so mean. Why wouldn't you want that in there? Look at this guy. He was just absolutely mean as hell, and he coerced something. He was interrogating Richard Allen, and boy, it was just really mean. And he, well, here's the thing: is what did he say in that interrogation that made them want to get that thrown out? That's what you got to ask yourself. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if during that, Holman goes, "Hey, look at this is you right here in this picture. We know that." And he goes, "Okay, yeah, that's me, but I didn't do it." All right, he probably admitted This is just my speculation here, because that's the only thing that he could have said that would be that damning in there. I guess he could have also be in that one. Perhaps later on in that one is when he said he was standing on platform 1 or something like that, right? I mean, that is a possibility, because I know that came out in that, I think it came out in that particular meeting at the jail. So it could be that he talked about being on platform 1, and then he passed the 3 girls again, but then he changed it from 12 to 130, which is a verifiable lie. But there's people out there, if you tell that to people like Snay or probably, Hoosier Cold Cases and those guys, they won't listen to it when you can absolutely prove that it's a lie. Okay? And the reason we know it's a lie is because we had these 3 girls that were at the bridge at 12:43. All right? Then eventually they were, lollygagging around, as my mom would say, walking slowly, just doing whatever. And they go to a bench, probably this one right here. One of 2, there's a bench there and there's a bench there. Let's just say it's this one. Yeah, it could be this one now. So they take a picture at 126, and then they start walking out. And when they're walking out, somewhere right around in this area, they passed a guy who was Richard Allen. And we know that because Richard Allen said when he got there, he passed 3 girls. Now, there was 4 girls there. One of them was just a small child, though. I mean, like not small, but like 8 or 9 years old, something like that. And the other ones were older, in their teens. So he saw 3 of them, and they saw him when he came in. And that verifies that, because of the 126 here, that was him coming in at 130. Now, and here's what you would have to believe if it's not him. You would have to believe that when Richard Allen got there at noon, he passed 3 girls that he described that looked very similar to the 3 girls that saw another person at 1:30, and those 3 girls never came forward. They've never come forward at all, and they just sort of poof, vanished into thin air. That makes sense? Hey, thanks, Kami. Yeah, well, it wasn't just that. He wanted to be moved, Zozo. Richard Allen actually wanted to be moved. Yeah, he actually asked, hey, I don't feel safe here. I need to be moved. So they put him in a prison where he could be protected. Right? So now they're using that against the prosecution. I don't believe any of the crap that they're saying about being tortured or whatever the hell they use. Oh, God, the conditions. Oh, they were just so horrible. I'm sure he'll be transferred back. Yeah, he was just moved there, I think, for the jury selection. Yeah, he was just moved there for the jury selection in Allen County. So, I mean, I'm sure they just moved him back. I don't know if they did, though, but I would think. But so, do you guys get what I'm saying? So, Richard Allen's lying when he switched it to 12 to 130 because there aren't 3 other people that came forward. And not only that, those other girls, he said he was there from, listen to this. He said he was there from 12 to 130, okay? Those 3 girls were at the bridge at 12:43. They took a picture there, and when they were walking around, they didn't see anybody that looked like that. So where would he have been? He had already been there. He would have been at the bridge at this point. So they're walking around, but he was there for another 45 minutes even after the girls were here, he claimed, in that one. So again, they didn't see him. But when they were leaving, they saw him, and that's exactly what matches Dan Doolin's comment at 1:30 to 3:30. Does that make sense, everybody? I need everybody to just kind of be like, on the same page here. Thanks, Allie K. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I told Big Solves about that a long time. He was referring to the Odinism crap. Yeah. Right, so look at it is the Richard Allen saw the same 3 girls that were walking in this area probably at like 1:34. It takes 10 minutes at a fast pace to walk from here to the start of the bridge. That means he's here at 1:44. Okay, and he said he stood on platform 1 looking at fish. Amazingly, Betsy Blair was dropped off here at, well, not dropped off, she parked here at, I think it was, well, it's right here. Betsy Blair, I called her Sue, but it was 146 right here. That's when she got out of her car, and he's standing, he's at the bridge. She gets out, takes, 6 minutes or so to get there. So probably about 153 or 151 to 153, Betsy Blair is standing right here, and Richard Allen is on platform 1. Betsy Blair says she saw him standing on platform 1. She's 50 feet away, standing sideways because he's looking at fish, right? Well, that's why, I mean, Betsy Blair, how good of a visual sight would she have had? She probably just had a feeling, oh, yeah, it's this younger guy, because Richard Allen, he looked sort of younger in the face, when he had the goatee, but I think he might have had it covered. We don't know if that covering was still on his face or what, but she didn't get a great view of him. So eventually later she goes, oh, well, he was a younger looking guy. But when she was showed a picture of the guy on the bridge, she goes, yeah, that's the person. But when we all look at the guy on the bridge, it looks like a 45-year-old guy with the goatee, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But anyways, after Betsy Blair was there at 151, Richard Allen's still standing on platform 1, by the way. She walks this direction and passes Abby and Libby, who had just got out of their vehicle at like 150 here, because of 149 there, 150 get out, and about 156 in this area or so, past Abby and Libby while Betsy Blair was walking this way. And then guess who they're going to see next? It's Richard Allen. So they would have passed Richard Allen here, and then Betsy Blair, who continued to walk this way on the trail and back, didn't run into Richard Allen again. Okay, so that means Richard Allen never went this way. He stayed in this area. And the reason she didn't see him again is because Richard Allen, who was on platform 1 here, went across the bridge. After the girls went on it, he likely went back into here. That's why you don't see him in the Abbey photograph. You also don't see him in the full length of the bridge photograph. You don't see him because he's back here a little bit. He let them have the freedom to feel peaceful enough to go across the bridge. Then once they're about halfway across, maybe around in this area, he starts a trek across, and the girls hoped he would turn around. And then when she got to the end of the bridge, Libby did, she pulls out her camera, filming the bridge guy, which is Richard Allen, and he pulls out a gun, which is the .40 caliber Sig Sauer, and he cocks it, he puts a bullet in the chamber and has the girls go down the hill. Then after they go down the hill, he takes them over here and he kills them at some point, and eventually goes up here and he's seen, muddy and bloody, etc. I don't even care about that sighting at all right here. It just doesn't mean anything to me. It's like he is here at that time, so however he got out, right? I don't care that he's right there. Yeah, so she says muddy and bloody. The Frank's memorandum says she never said that in that first interviews, but I guarantee it, she must have later thought about it and changed it, but they didn't want to tell you that. Yeah. He might have ate his own, I don't know. Hey, thanks, Timothy Moore. And I'm just me, you guys. I do my shows, and people don't like how I do it, some people don't like me, and I really, it bugs me that some people don't like me, but at the same time, I'm not going to sell my soul or be different just so somebody likes me, okay? So, but I've never, if you see somebody say stuff like 8675309, somebody on Who's Your Cold Case, he doesn't care about if I get slandered or, like people say shitty things, he'll just leave it there. He doesn't give a shit. So the thing is, this guy, some lady said that I was trying to get super chats on the show, and she said, I can't afford it. And I said, sure you can. You just spend your money on Twinkies, because she had a picture that she was overweight. And there's no way in hell I'd ever say something like that. And I've never said something like that. And you can just go to hell, people who believe that shit. Yeah, I've never said that. And there's no way I would say something like that. Okay? It's bullshit. So anyways. I just said your name. I just explained it. I just wanted to tell you that that was a story. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, no, they actually wrote it. The trolls write those kind of things. In if anybody's against me, they go in there and they write it. They write whatever they want to write to try to make me look as bad as possible. And sadly, we even have one of the freaks go, "Hey, I'm sorry, Gray said what he said about you." I didn't say anything bad, man. I said, I'm going to say it again. Hoosier Cold Case is he's a conspiracy person in this case. He believes in it. He's a believer in conspiracies. All right? And I just explained why. Anybody out there who believes in the Odinism stuff and talks about it like it's interesting, that means you believe in a massive conspiracy by the FBI, the Indiana State Police, and the Carroll County Sheriff's Department. Okay? That's the truth. All right? Now, that doesn't mean he's not a good guy or something like that. I even said it last night. I go, yeah, he seems like a nice guy and everything, but he's been disappointing because he's completely sold out to the conspiracy theory angle. And it's more popular. It really is. I'm like a unicorn at this point. In this case, I mean, there's other people. I mean, I'm not just a unicorn, but it's in terms of the bigger channels, I'm probably the only one who looks at the case like that, how it should be. Yeah, you don't need to type it in, Paulette. I'm not trying to advertise. Most people who are overweight overeat. Right, yeah. I mean, I've been eating too many ding-dongs and cookies and shit lately. Yeah. So, anyways. I don't know if he's sneaky or anything. I just think he thinks like, he's a conspiracy person, He's always been, you could always tell he was a little bit anti-cop, kind of, Like he's always sort of, a little suspicious about lesbian, little weird comments here and there. But other than that, he seemed pretty normal. But now it's just everybody, it's like this little community of people patting themselves on the back for all jumping on the Richard Allen train. And the fact, here's what I'll tell you right now. The fact that none of these people, criminality, HCC, all these people, they didn't absolutely destroy JC or whatever the hell his name is, the Hitler-looking dude, after what he said last night, just shows you all you need to know about their character. Okay? They're not willing to attack somebody of their own ilk. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That guy was an embarrassment to mankind last night. And that's why I went off on that rant, So I'd stand by everything I said last night, and I'd say it again. Don't give a shit. All right? But hey, you guys, if you're out there and you want to help support the Gray Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, let me grift some more, everybody. Here's Gray grifting again. If you could help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, you like a good one? That's such an overused thing, grifting. Grifting is a different thing. It's when you're like selling something and you're tricking and doing this thing. I don't do that at all. I have people on this channel. If you want to support my channel, I try to have goals every night to bring in a certain amount of money so that I can donate and make a living on the channel. And I can give a big chunk of it away. I think that's pretty obvious. That's why we're almost at $200,000. I'd like to ask any of them how much they've given out of their own money to the true crime cause out of the income from YouTube. And I think the answer is that I cover all of them. All right. I do it on behalf of all of those guys. The true crime community. Right. The clown golfs in Odinism League. Huh? I don't know what that even means. But, yeah. Anyways. It was just the beginning of the show yesterday. Or it was at the beginning of the show and then near the end a caller called in and mentioned all these different people for some reason. I don't know why. She just kept mentioning every single person that is like a conspiracy person. And so I was like, yeah, no, they're, you know, yeah, no, not them either. Yeah, no. Yeah, well, I mean, I want to try to reach the goal tonight too, you guys. So if you're out there, then great, you know, but I also don't like it when my words fall on deaf ears. That's when it gets kind of like, ew, Jesus. Yep, the true crime community. Yep, it sucks. Yeah, it's like a complete, I just explained to you though, how Richard Allen, can you, somebody, if you want to, hold on a second. Like, ask a question that's confusing. Like, how could it, like, say something, like a question like, well, I don't know if that's Richard Allen because of this. Say something. How is Richard Allen not the bridge guy? Oh, I'm drinking like a electrolyte drink. Yeah, I can, but come on, you guys. We got to get going here. We're on a massive lull yet again. We started off good, and then pow! And I know the trolls hate it. Oh, see, he mentioned lull again. Yeah, because I see them. It's crazy. Like, let's see. Got to turn off that live reactions. There we go. I just turned off the live reaction. Right there. Hey, thanks, B. Sir. Yeah. Go ahead. What's the question? Somebody out there, go ahead. There's all these people. They're just so sure it's not him. And here's the thing. If Richard Allen is proven to be the bridge guy, then at the very least he's guilty of felony murder. Do you understand that? Because it is him that's walking across the bridge, and it is him that says, guys, down the hill. All right? It's the same person. Law enforcement's already told us that. Now you can get people like Snay who'll go, hey, I think that's two different people. Well, who cares what you think? Law enforcement has already told us it's one voice. It's the same person. Hey, thanks for the Twinkies, 8675309. Maybe I'll eat 1,000 of them and I'll go on one of their shows, and then when they say, hey, if you guys can help out, that'd be great, I'd say, well, I can't. I buy too many Twinkies. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I think I have too. I think you've... they won't speak. Yeah, they never do. They just go into their own echo chamber. I want them to say, hey, how about this, Grant? Because remember when Bob Motta came on here? And he tried to do this long soliloquy where I couldn't jump in. But I finally got in there and I said, I asked him about Westerman. I go, why would Westerman, a friend of Baldwin, go in there and like just totally break his trust and take photographs? Especially photographs of images he already had, because he had to, and he's like, yeah, it's pretty good, yeah. So anyways, the thing is if you're allowed to explain and just tell your point, there isn't really arguments. Okay, it's just them wanting to believe something. That there's this guy, these Odinists that were there, and one of them got there at like 7:30 or 8 in the morning, and he just sat around all day eating popcorn and maybe a Snickers bar, waiting all the way till like 2 o'clock. Isn't that amazing that this guy, right over here, Elvis Fields, he sat over here from like 7:30 or 8 in the morning, all the way, waited for 5 hours for some random encounter of Abby and Libby coming across the bridge. Hey, thank you, Kathy Freidenmaker. What's a Freiden, by the way? Is that a cake? I think I've asked you that before, but like a well, it's probably really Friedenmacher. Schumacher! What do you think about the date change for the trial? Wouldn't it have been better to add on to the previous scheduled date? They did do that. They added 5 months. I mean, I wish it was, in some ways I was kind of relieved because I was getting stressed out. You know, it's just sort of like, God. You know, but now it's a month long. So I might even drive again out there with my kid. Let him drive for a few hours, at a time. I can just sit there. That doesn't bother me. Let me just tell you this: if they said we'll extend it a month, how many of you think that the defense would be ready in a month? They said, "Oh, we'd be ready in 3 weeks." No, they wouldn't. They lie. It's like the defense has lied in this case over and over and over again. Okay, they lied that they wouldn't talk about the case. Then a day later, they talk about the case. Then a gag order was put in place. And then they shared documents. Oh, they didn't tell anybody about it. They shared documents with a felon, and the felon put the names of witnesses on the internet on a YouTube channel, his own. And then it just goes on and on and on. Like, I knew about the Odin document 3 weeks before the Odin document was going to come out. I knew it was going to be released. One of the freaks in here actually was friends with somebody and said, "Oh, great, they're gonna release this information." How did I get to know that? How did I get to know that the Odin document was going to be released? And she even knew the name of the person, Robert Fortson. And then all of a sudden, there it is. It gets put out there on the server for everybody to grab. Yeah, they never want. Yeah, they wanted to say, this is what they really wanted to do. They wanted to say, "Hey, we want a speedy trial." And they wanted the judge to say, "Nope, we're not going to give you one." Because then they'd say, "See, there's another thing we could complain about. She wouldn't allow us." All right, so then she goes, "Sure, go do it." Then they're like, "Oh, crap. She allowed a speedy trial. Ooh, that's wild. Yeah. They're not giving us our stuff quick enough. I haven't been able to read this. The discovery, it's not getting here. We haven't." I mean, they must have filed 75 motions about how they weren't getting stuff, right? And of course, that's when you knew, okay, they're going to delay this again. And I even told people on this channel, I said, that hearing on the 7th, I think that there's a really good possibility that they're going to delay the trial. You know, so even though I had all my hotel, the flights booked and everything, I knew that was going to happen. And there it was, boom, delayed all the way till October. Mm-hmm. Oh, what did she say a Frieden was? Yeah, I think I'm going to drive if it's in October. Yeah. Definitely, I want to have my own car while I'm out there. $80 a day for a rental, forget that. No, I already fixed the flight though, Kami. I caught it, we switched it prior, and then we had to cancel it all. But I already had fixed it. All right, we only have one new channel member tonight, you guys. Who's going to get the channel members for some of these freaks? I'm nowhere near my number, so. Indiana will be beautiful in October. Yeah. What was that somebody else said over there? They said that I went out and, God, I don't know, Jesus. The perception that the trolls have of what reality is insane. Okay. Did she ever, Kathy Friedenmaker, what was the answer? What is a Frieden? All right, right now we're at 40%. Thanks up there, 86753. National Lampoon Vic. Yeah, it's going to be hell. I'm going to let my kid drive the car, right? And the movie scene is going to look like this. It's kind of late at night. The camera starts on me, I'm asleep. The camera pans over. Oh, I mean, it's a piece. Okay. And the camera pans over, and he's asleep. His head completely rocked back. Sawing, Z's. Yeah. Yeah, you guys ever watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? That movie's the greatest. You're driving the wrong way. How do you know where we're going? And then it's just like, that was pretty good. I think that whole movie is awesome. It's actually touching too, right at the end. You know, it's like it makes you, you know. Yeah, it's a good one. So it's Peacemaker. All right. Got it. Thank you, Revengeance. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll open up the line, and if anybody wants to call in and tell me how that's not Richard Allen on the bridge, you're more than welcome to call in. I'm sure you'll have some amazing, that he ran into the woods and some other guy happened to show up that Betsy Blair didn't see when she walked all the way down the trail. It was the musical chair of, so there's a Richard Allen lookalike right over here, and then Richard Allen went there, then that guy went here, and then he stood there, and then this guy went that way, and then he came, and then, well, I guess that couldn't happen either because Betsy Blair didn't see him. Ah, well, forget it. Yeah, we have some fun. I mean, I'm sort of a newer dad, you know, like I didn't have a lot of, but hey, I got him to pass the driving test and everything. That was good. I guess in the meantime, though, I did have a couple of these other. This thing just blew my mind. This case of this one right here. Look at this thing. Look at this. Watch. This guy right here in Mexico. I was looking up another case, and look at this crap that came up here. Chemist admits murders of 4. Wow, that sounds like Koberger almost, doesn't it? I mean, Jesus. Breaking the lulz. Keep imitating the trolls, you bastard. Hey, well, thank you, Ivan Victor. It's not a rap. Are you making up a rap there? Well, we'll get back to Delphi in a little bit. Well, thank you on the Cash App. Let's see. Paid. Yeah, that was me. All right, so here, check this thing out. Police tonight revealed that a 27-year-old graduate of the University of Mexico had confessed attacking and slaying 4 young girls and burying their nude bodies in shallow graves in a garden in the rear of his home. This is Mexico City. The murders were disclosed when Gregorio Gardinas Hernandez told police he slew the girls because he hated women. He said he had been deceived by his wife. 3 of the bodies were found. He said a 4th also was buried in a garden only a few feet from his private chemistry laboratory and well-stocked library. Only 1 body had been identified. She was Garcila, or something like Gracila Arias Avalos, 20, daughter of an attorney of Morelia, capital of, some, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Michoacan or something. She was a fellow chemistry student. See, look at that. Another college person. It's like the Koberger of 1949. Except this is more of like a serial killer type. Oh yeah, and then right here, look at so this is just like 2 days later. Shouting men and women tried to mob Mexico City Jekyll and Hyde student strangler today to avenge the slaying of 4 young women he garroted while diverting their attention with test tubes and books. And tonight, police said his victims may actually number 6 or more. The 27-year-old slayer, Gregorio Cardenas, I guess, honor student in chemistry, already had confessed to killing 4 women in less than a month, one of them his only love. He said he kept her body for 4 hours before burying it at dawn in a shallow grave in his garden. And you notice, like, there was 345 people watching, but as soon as I switched to something else for a few minutes, it just goes. Doesn't that suck? Like, people just can't. They just have one. They're like one track. It's amazing. Tonight, police were trying to link Cardenas with the strangling of another girl and the disappearance of a 6th. A boot black, whatever that is, told them he had seen Cardenas about a week ago in a local cabaret in the company of a girl who later was found strangled in a cheap hotel. Huh. Well, man, that sounds like that might be him. And then we got this one here. It says Mexican Bluebeard's murder. I'm not sure why they call him that. The former wife of Mexico's Bluebeard, 27-year-old Gregorio Hernandez, turned up alive yesterday, and police said they had discovered he had killed a 5th girl. The bodies of 4 young women slain by Hernandez already had been found in shallow graves in a garden. Hernandez said that he had learned to hate all women because his marriage turned out badly. His former wife told the police that she considered herself lucky to have divorced him when she did. Deputy Cesaro said the murders had made him decide to introduce a bill in Congress to reintroduce capital punishment in Mexico. And then this is like 1943, months, like, a year and a half later. Gregorio Hernandez, accused of killing 4 women and burying their bodies in a garden, was taken to the penitentiary. Man charged with, he got stabbed in prison. So somebody tried to kill him while he was in prison. And then in 1943, in November, slayer of 4 women is held to be insane. So now they said, oh, he's crazy. The court suspended appeal trial proceedings after alienists testified unanimously that they considered the defendant insane. The judge ruled that, well, of course he is, right? Because you can't have somebody that's normal doing this. And then now we just skipped like 18 years, 1961. Slayer of women won't go free. The strangler of 4 women whose bodies were found buried in his patio 18 years ago is nearing the end of his prison sentence, but he will not go free. Dr. Carlos Pavone Abreu said a recent checkup showed Gregorio Cardenas Hernandez is still a dangerous mental case and should not be released. He will remain in prison or will be moved to a mental home. All right, then in 1964, I never even heard of this guy. Yeah, I don't even want to go to CrimeCon. Inmate is counsel for fellow prisoner. A convicted woman strangler is in federal penitentiary who has studied law, look at this, who has studied law yesterday, was named defense attorney for a fellow inmate. I mean, he gets to go out and, man, look at him. He is Gregorio Cardenas Hernandez. He is defending fellow inmate David Gonzalez Reina. And by the way, you guys, see how I'm reading this and going over this? It'd be cool if you guys still support the channel during the non-Delphi stuff. This is what I'm talking about. I know this is kind of a whole different topic, but it's not the cool, flashy Delphi, right? He's Gregorio Cardenas Hernandez. He is defending fellow inmate David Gonzalez Reina, held on fraud charge. Hernandez, who cannot get himself out of prison, says he is confident he can get Gonzalez out. Then we go to 1972. Killer of Four weeps praise. Man, what a great guy. Gregorio Cardenas Hernandez, 27-year-old honor student in chemistry, alternately wept and prayed in his jail cell Wednesday as police attempted to identify the bodies of 3 of the 4 young women found buried in his garden. What? This must be out of order here. Okay, so this is back. Let's go back in time here. They had the date wrong, or I guess it's on my files, the date's wrong. This is 42, not 72. So anyways, although police agents Jose Acosta Juarez Cardenas confessed to killing the 4 women, one of them his sweetheart and fellow student, Graciela Arias Davalos. So I guess he used as they were saying earlier, the test tubes and whatnot to get them distracted and then strangled them, garroted them. And then this is a article. Look at this. Well, let me do the Wikipedia first. I mean, this is insane. I'm just going to go down here. Cardenas became a celebrity in Mexico. I mean, how disgusting. Being the first multiple murder receiving widespread media attention in that country. In the years following his murders, there were reports of several copycat murders imitating his crimes, and an illegal pornographic movie based on his story was made. Cardenas himself wrote 3 books while in prison, and he was regularly questioned and investigated by the country's top psychiatrists and criminologists. Cardenas was allowed to pursue something got stuck. Psychiatry and law studies while in prison. He learned to play the piano and wrote poetry and even married in prison. His wife bore him 4 children. In 1976, Cardenas was paroled by President Luis Echeverria, whatever. He was invited by Interior Secretary Mario Moya Palencia to give a speech in the Congress of the Union. I bet you that Brian Koberger will be treated like this. He was hailed as a great example and a clear case of rehabilitation. Cardenas completed his law studies and worked as a lawyer until his death in 1999. Can you believe that, you guys? I mean, that's 23 years he was out, and he just got to enjoy life. Embarrassing. There he is, right there, man. What a great human. Oh God, here we go. This is gonna be a troll, everybody. Hello, who's this? Hello, who's this? Who's this?
Hi, this is Veruca.
As in Veruca Salt? Okay, you're not. How come your number says anonymous on it? And by the way, thanks up there to Quinta Huggins, Whiskey Boots, and Little Puppy Paws.
Because
Okay, go ahead.
because I'm going through my Google Voice number.
Yeah, well, I normally don't answer I don't really answer those normally, so you got to use your regular phone number. But anyways, what's going on?
Oh. Sorry about that. I was just calling. I thought we were calling about the Richard Allen.
Well, no, I switched topics. I was talking about something else. You probably could tell, right? Because I wasn't talking about Richard Allen before you called. Well, I mean,
I was too busy trying to get my Google Voice to work. So.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was talking about like this serial killer in Mexico, but I think I was pretty much finished with it. So anyways, what do you got?
Okay. I apologize. I just was, as far as Richard Allen goes, I just think that his behavior in prison shows that he's guilty, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean he's in prison. He pretend like he's everything's normal. He's working out. He's doing stuff, and then he confessed to his wife and everything. And his wife was like, "Oh my God, he confessed!" So he told his attorneys, and then oh wow, all of a sudden he got crazy. All of a sudden he's eating paper, drooling all over his shirts and everything. And I mean, wow, the timing it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, and on top of that, what are the odds of, I don't know, I believe the catfishing happened, and so, in my opinion, it would be crazy if it wasn't the catfisher and then another person killed them in that very small town.
Well, what do you mean?
What are the odds?
I mean, well, what are you saying?
Well, what are the odds of there? I'm saying, what are the odds of there being two? Well, I could because I believe that they were catfished, and so if it wasn't, and so and he's related to it. So I mean, that's what my opinion is. And so if it's not him and they were catfished, then that's two people that were there looking for kids, right, or messing with the kids, which is really crazy in a small town like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a million times that the Keegan Klein account was catfishing Libby, and that's the Anthony Schatz profile, and apparently they communicated that day, and and he's told another girl, hey, I was supposed to meet him that day, but they never showed up, so he didn't get to meet them because a random killer killed them first. But you were saying, right, you were actually going to comment on the how his behavior in prison. That's what you were saying.
Well, both. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think they're both just examples of why I think he's guilty.
Yeah, but but the thing you just said a minute ago about the catfishing, that doesn't say, oh wow, he's guilty. Like it doesn't say anything. It's the catfishing account would have been Keegan Klein, and we don't know if that's there. I was told there's no connection, so. If there is a connection, it would be something analog, like, hey, I was looking at this Dropbox account, and I saw these two girls coming. I think one of them was right up your alley. And he's like, ooh, really? What time? And then he runs out there, and there's no proof of this. So that's it. Right. But, I mean, so that doesn't really prove anything. What about the inside of the prison?
You're right. I mean, inside the prison?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I think that if he was innocent, that he wouldn't be acting that way. He wouldn't be acting all crazy, and I mean, even aside from the confessions, I think that he would be professing his innocence and acting like a normal person, saying that he's innocent. And so that just, I mean, none of it proves anything.
Well, it's amazing how he doesn't. He's never said that one time. Like we've never heard him. It's kind of like Brian Koberger. Like they never once just. You don't see the look on their face like, I didn't do this, man. What's going on? Like any kind of like their look of like, kind of going, God, what's going on? Like when they're just sitting there staring blankly because they know that they did it. Right. That's the truth.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean they both have that crazed sort of look in their eyes, if you ask me. But and their defense knows it too. That's why they're doing all the delays, trying to draw it out as long as possible for some reason. But the inevitable.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I mean, I didn't realize that you had gone on to another subject. I apologize.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Well, you must have been off the air because I went over this whole guy in Mexico who killed 4 women. This is back in 1940 something, and they were all like students with him. He was a chemist student. He's like Brian Koberger, basically. Like a high level student, and he killed him, and then. He was in prison. They deemed him insane, and he actually became a hero to everybody later. And they let him out of prison. He was actually got to marry while he was in prison. Had 4 children while he was in prison, and then he must have been artificial insemination, of course. But I'm just kidding. These guys. I mean, when he
conjugal visits,
right? Yeah, when he got out, he was absolutely treated as a hero, like of what we can achieve with treatment. What a
ridiculous
joke. Yeah.
And Did he do something when he got out, or no?
No, but he was like it reminds me of the one Walter R. Hibbert, that one that we did. I think he was 1929, I think it was, or something like that. He killed his wife, cut her head off. He was just sitting at home, and he goes, she asked for a glass of water. He came back, he killed her, cut her head off, and he started cutting her up into bits in his bathtub. And then he took off, and he was trying to get up to Canada, but then they caught him, and he was like, okay. And he told the truth, what he did, and then we actually had his psychological papers. Somebody sent them to me while in jail, and they're like, wow, it was just crazy stuff. But I think he was in jail for like 25 years, and then he died in, I think it was 1939 actually, but then he died in I think it was 2000 and something. I mean, it was crazy. He got to live something like 50 years outside of prison after cutting his wife's head off. I mean, that's just insane.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's pretty ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
You can only control so much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for calling in.
Okay. Well,
Farouk Assault.
Hey.
How was those eggs? The golden eggs?
I want it now.
Okay. Well, I have to press a little thing. I'm here to. You can't hear it, but you got to go down the chute. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, the bad egg.
Yeah.
Hey, give your wife a happy Mother's Day from me, and
okay.
Have a good rest of the night.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, you guys, we're kind of stuck on not even at 50% here, so thank you, Francis Perot. If you guys are out there and you like my show and want to see us keep on trucking, I would appreciate your guys' support. We do this every single night. And it just is what it is, right? So thank you. I'm going to try to do one of those shows coming up here like on the 15th for a goal night. And then I'm going to try to reach the 200,000 mid-month. What do you think of that? Huh? See how it goes. Not much. Not much is up. Mm-hmm. No, Zozo doesn't want to do a panel show. Yeah. She doesn't want to do any calls at all. Like, you can't even... She doesn't communicate with anybody. She dyed her hair purple one time, and it's never switched back, so after that, it's just been... Forget it. Well, there's a number up there, you guys. Come on, Odinism. Here's what I want you to call in about. Okay, I know some of you are watching. The people that think Richard Allen is innocent. Okay, tell me how he's not the guy on the bridge. In a rational way where I go, whoa, that actually makes sense. And you just can't do it. That's the problem. Yeah, but hey, things are looking interesting in the David Clark case. We're still digging into that on the side. Can't really talk about that case much. There really isn't anything that we can put out and discuss or anything like that, but that one's interesting. Yeah, they just can't do it. But what they love is their little echo chamber. But what I was saying earlier, you guys, the fact that the crazy conspiracy Odinism people do not check their own guy, the little Hitler lookalike person, from saying the stuff he said. He literally said yesterday that he put a tattoo of Abby and Libby on his ass because it doesn't matter. What matters is having a fair trial because I can't bring them back, he said. They don't matter because I can't bring them back. You know, I can't take them to Chuck E. Cheese, he said. I mean, what a dick. I mean, are you kidding me? I don't even know what else to call the guy. That's what he literally said out loud. Because I can't take him to Chuck E. Cheese, but we gotta have a fair trial for Richard Allen, though. And they just sat around going, "Wow, okay, hey, all right, you're cool, dude. Let me keep talking. Yay!" Yeah. 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 Yes, indeed, he does. I'm sure he went digging around. Probably liked the guy. Chuck E. Cheese. A lot of people in the military or the police force are cops. I mean, but I don't understand. What I don't understand is how they're supporting somebody like that. I mean, he has really low. Nobody subs to his channel, but they sort of use him as this sounding board where they can all go over and just say stuff. He's got like 1,000. But it's crazy because there'll be like 250 people watching going, ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, maybe it is crystal meth. And there isn't a show that goes by that he doesn't bring my name up somehow. You know, it's always the same stuff over and over and over again. Well, we still only have one new member tonight, you guys, and we're just stuck not even at 50%. Yep, he just rambles on. Yeah, just sits there and he's like, well, let me tell you guys that, you know, I just think that the prosecution, you know, let me just say that he doesn't ever say anything. It just goes on and on and on. So it's just one of those fly-by-night, yay, you know, everybody's kind of using him to get their little jollies, and you know, he has no real thoughts of his own, so he has panels, and everybody just blabs and blabs and blabs. Yeah. And he just drinks heavily on every show, you know, just. Hey, let's see what this one is. Hello, who's this? 813. Huh? Oh, Francis. Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, man? Yeah, I'm just calling in because the true crime community is becoming a clusterfuck. People attacking each other and shit. I'm the guy that was on that other guy's channel that was writing all the comments.
No, were you actually on the panel when he was saying all that shit?
No, I saw the video after, and I'm the guy that was commenting saying, listen, I got in an argument with Grant Hughes myself, but this guy still does more for anybody else I know on fucking YouTube. So what are we doing here? You know, what are we talking about?
I mean, I
think you replied a couple of times.
I mean, I'm bringing it up because it's so disturbing what he was saying about like tattooing the girls' names on his ass because they don't matter, and that he, you know, what really matters is, you know, Richard Allen, because he can't do anything for them. He can't take the girls to Chuck E. Cheese or anything because they're dead, he kept saying over and over again. I mean, who the hell talks like that?
Pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up. One of the biggest things, man, the guy fucking said he was there on the bridge. The same time frame. You know what I mean? Even if he fucking makes it up. Oh, you know, I was there a little earlier.
Oh, Richard Allen?
Bullshit.
You're talking about Richard Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy is obviously the fucking guy. People are just idiots who want to make conspiracy. But this is getting kind of out of hand.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the thing is he got there at 1:30. We know that's true because the girls passed him, right? It takes about 1:35 he passes them because he parked and then he had to walk over. So the thing is, when he passed the girls at 1:34 and he's at the bridge at 1:44, and that means, and then when Betsy Blair gets there at 1:46, he would have passed Richard Allen if he had been leaving, let's say. Because it takes 6 minutes to get from the bridge to that area, right? So she would have passed him, but she didn't. She only saw him when she got to the bridge because he himself said he was standing on platform 1 looking at the fish in the river, you know. So anyways, there's no out for him. Like that is him that Betsy Blair saw, even though her description doesn't match very well, like in terms of, oh, he looks younger, but she was 50 feet away. He's turned to the side looking down, you know, so.
Right. Yeah, I get it. I don't understand the conspiracy swell of people that just have all these crazy ass theories that just pop up out of their ass. I'm waiting for the prosecution to come and say, here's what's solid, boom. Because I'm going to go on all these fucking channels and say, hey, moron, did you hear what they said today? This is what they said. These are the facts they got on this sicko. So what are you going to say now? Is that the next conspiracy now? Is it made up evidence? Or, you know, that's going to be the next thing. Even if they say, oh, shit, we got a picture of him laying on one of the girls. They're not going to believe. They're still going to go nuts and create conspiracy. And I'm so sick of that Grizzly shit, man. Oh, God. That woman drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Well, oh, isn't she great? No, she doesn't do a fucking thing for her fans, for the people that follow her. I said, Grant Hughes gives out merchandise. He, donates to true crime. I said, y'all are stupid as shit if you don't see what's going on here.
Yeah.
That's a real grifter right there.
Yeah, well, and the thing is like what she does is when there's somebody that she doesn't like getting super chats. So she has people contact the super chatters and say, hey, can you do it privately, like to PayPal and everything? Because exactly. She does do that. There's actually people, I was told that she contacted them. She had one of their mods get a hold of them and go, hey, send it to PayPal, because she doesn't want it to show up on the screen like normal people have it, you know? She wants it all hidden, the money, the amounts hidden. Because when she does her videos and her show, she probably makes, I bet her income is like 15 or 20,000 a month for sure, easily. I mean, I've had months where they've been really high, but I gave 7,000 or 10. Like one month I gave $10,000 of my income away to. That was during the heyday, like of the Idaho 4 or something like that.
I'm the guy on the Hoosiers channel that was on the comments. I said there was one guy, a person said, oh, how do you know? I said, Gray does some of this shit live while he's donating shit. What the fuck are you talking? I said, have you ever even watched this guy's fucking channel? You know, or are you just here to talk shit? It's like they don't care. They just want to lynch him up. But I got real pissed the other night when the guy posted that video and everybody just started attacking you. I'm like, this guy does more than all you motherfuckers combined. So what are you all talking about? Yeah, it just annoyed the shit out of me.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, even if we, argued it or something in the past. I mean, I'm not a perfect human.
I have never stopped watching. You blocked me at one point because I would disagree or argue with you or say something to you in the comments. I was probably rude, but I'm still a Grant Hughes guy for sure. Like this, just because of what you do for victims' families, bro. That's real important, and that's one thing I think everybody loses sight of, is that this is about the victims. So, that little fucking guy with the speaker box. Ooh, we're talking to the dead girls from Idaho. What are you, fucking retarded, dude? Like, and that guy, he's getting like 20s and 50s and 100s dropped in his channel. Like, I'm like, who the fuck is paying this idiot
it's crazy.
To talk to static on the radio?
Yeah, it looks like a slot machine.
You know who I'm talking about, I'm sure, but it's like, really? Like you're giving this guy $100 to act like a moron?
Yeah, you're talking about Spirit. I don't know. I don't watch Spirit Box channels. I actually try to avoid them.
I just stumbled upon the guy because I was following the Idaho 4 thing. I usually watch all your stuff, and I'm like checking out other channels, but this one guy was just an absolute moron. He was saying the most offensive shit about one of the Idaho girls. Oh, did she have an abortion? And I'm like, oh my Christ. I said, I hope her dad hears the shit, man. I hope he comes up and beats your ass. I was like, this is ridiculous. But yeah, and then they throw money at idiots like that instead of putting it somewhere more constructive. It's pretty sad. But I'm glad I'm not blocked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you able to
some donations?
Are you able to comment in the comment section? I mean, are people responding to you, or I mean, if you're not,
I don't even know, man. I'm the guy that's on that Hoosier video. That's my name, Frank. Well,
why don't you send me your channel link and I'll check it out to see if you're, how like you have everybody on YouTube has their own channel, even if you don't have videos, but that's how you're. The link to your... Yeah, so send me that in an email. Yeah. You have my email, right?
What's your email so I can...
Oh, yes, GRAYHUZE like phonetically Hughes, But,
Hughes, yep.
Yeah, and then the number 2 at gmail.com. So GRAYHUZE2 at gmail.com.
All right, cool, brother.
Yeah. Send me the link and I'll check to see. Because if you are,
yeah,
then
I made a video a while back. And I was like, I made one video. I don't make a ton of content, but I'm like, guys, girls, if Brian Koberger didn't do it and Richard Allen didn't do it, who the fuck did? You know what I mean? Like, is there just this this lot of miscreants that are just hanging out somewhere? Go, ha, 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 we got them again, guys. Now let's get on YouTube and start trolling the channels that believe this shit. It's like
the same people that planted the same people that planted the bullet in Delphi put the knife sheath in the Koberger case. It's weird. It's a little secret club.
Yes, they were probably all cock related, and they all worship Poseidon. Yes.
Yeah, well, it might be like Ghostbusters. When there's a number of people call. Hey, I just did something really bad. Can you help me out? Yes, we'll deposit a knife sheath with this random guy's. And then somebody else, and the other one, we'll put the bullet on the ground in the Delphi case. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, what's your name again?
What's that?
What was your name again? Francis
Perrault. Pereault.
Oh, okay. Oh,
my channel name is Whiskey Thoughts.
Well, there you go.
THOTS.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for everything you do, man. Keep going, bro. And fuck these haters.
All right, man. Thanks. Have a good night.
I'll talk to you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Looney Tunes stuff going on out there. Yeah, I mean, maybe people don't like me, my personality, whatever, but I try to make a difference, and people go, that's his little grift. That's his grift, everybody. Yeah, no, those YouTubes, like I've had months that are high. Like I think there was a month, what was it? It was like right during the Kylie Rodney, and then it went right into it felt like it flowed right into the Idaho 4 and stuff like that. Like there was a month where my ad revenue was so high, if you get like 50,000 views, you can make probably, $400 or $500 on that video. So I would do my shows and that. So there was a month where I probably made, I don't know, it might have been 20 something thousand. And then I gave 10, it was like 10,000 of it I gave to charity. It's like, that's pretty good. But that sort of makes up for the months that aren't high like that, the income portion. And then I get taxed on top of that. So let's say you bring in $20,000. You get taxed 5, right? So there's only 15 left, and then if you donate 7.5, well, but a person like Grizzly, shit, she makes every single show she does, she gets like 50,000 views and hours long. I don't think it's that insane, really. It takes a long time to build up a channel to get to a point where people watch your... That's why these people do it, though. So there's people now that they do shows where... That's why they just keep covering their new channels, and they just keep covering the same stuff day in and day out because they found a gold... It's like Gold Rush, You find the Sebastian Rogers case, oh my God, it's the new gold rush. So they keep panning for gold in the Sebastian Rogers River over and over again, just trying to pan for gold. They just keep going and going and going. And then if there's another stream that opens up for a minute, they might slide over there and keep panning again, but then they'll get back to the stream that's the constant pay. That's how they do it. It's wild. Well, that's ridiculous, Cindy. So that's what I'm saying. You sound like you would be just as shitty as them. The same shit over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I donate 33% of the net revenue, gross revenue, 50% of the net revenue every single month. So hopefully that's worth it to you guys. But you guys, again, we're stuck on... We're not even at 50% yet. Is there any chance we could try to get to the goal tonight? I know Kind of late, but there are 350 people watching. Seems like it should be pretty easy to do. We're still 130 short of even just reaching the minimum goal that we do. All right, having a struggling night. How to gift a membership? You just hit the $ down there, and then it has options. I don't know, Truth Sleuth. Yeah. From who? Who are you talking about, True Sleuth? They actually exploit the victims. Yeah, I mean, I just cover as many cases as I can, and sometimes I stick on one if I'm interested, you know, like I wasn't even covering Sebastian Rogers until I just saw this overwhelming ridiculousness going on, so that I thought, well, let me try to do some on the facts. I did some of those. I got the location of the surveillance cameras, etc., etc. Man, it's wild. We started the show off so well, and it just went... Can you guys explain it? Who knows? No, I didn't get an email. Float the victims. Yeah. Well, I mean, we've given, I'd say, probably $4,000 or $5,000 to the Abby and Libby ballpark. Again, how much did Grizzly True Crime give the Abby and Libby ballpark? Absolutely nothing. Okay, and they give absolutely nothing to anything. That's not true, Gray. There was this one time when... Okay, well, good for you. Good for you. That's nowhere near... Okay, why don't you... That's my challenge. Donate 33% of your income, Grizzly True Crime, and then you can start bitching at everybody else. All right. No, you couldn't, Cindy. You would be absolutely terrible. I'm sorry. Let's see. What do we got here? They actually exploit the victims for financial gain, in my opinion. Man, am I going to have to throw myself in prison tonight, or what? Well, Cindy's just so full of crap, like 90% of the time. It's just... You know, not interesting at all. Oh my God, look at that. I got thrown in prison. No, hey, Cindy, trust me. You'd be terrible, okay? Let's see. Oh, look at that. Will I get bailed out, though? That's the problem. I'm in here now, you guys. I'm in here now. On a night where dead as a doornail. Will Gray get bailed out of prison? We don't know. We just... don't know. So mean. Yep. Yeah, you might be better than that person. But you know, she used to, you know, probably did makeup before that. You know how it works. Whew. Wow. I think I'll set a clock on this one. Maybe do 5 minutes, and then we'll get the hell out of Dodge. 3 charges. It's Mother's Day. Be nice to Cindy. Ah, forget it. No thanks. Just get kicked out of court. I heard that gets you hundreds of thousands of subs. Huh? Oh, I just got an email. You guys see that you see I'm in prison, right? Hey, thanks, Cindy J. Shit sandwich. Hey, all right, water 1051. And that gets me to the door, you guys. What about my Uber ride? I need an Uber ride to the hotel. Man, you guys. Remember how I used to be in prison and you guys would be like, yay, let's get him out of there. Jesus. I guess it's not. I guess it's the economy. Thanks, K-Me. Bill money for porn music. Oh my god, for no porn music. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Hey, let's see. What do we got here? Thank you. So let's see, we got Water 1051. Thank you for bringing sanity to true crime community. Here, I'll go back out to the, maybe this one right here. Does that one work? No, this one. Here we go. So we got Cindy gave me a poop. Why does it look like that? Let me go to this one. All right, poop sandwich. Then Water 1051 said, thank you for bringing sanity to true crime community. Well, thank you. And then K-Me, bail money for no porn music. Is that really? It does say something. I do hear something differently than most people there. And then Nikki Zubs got me an Uber that would get me 2 blocks down the street, Nikki Zubs. And then Brown Eyed Girl 714. And then B Sir. And Little Puppy Paws 99. All right. Well, we got out of there.
Uber.
Let's see. He used to be more patient. No, they don't, man. They don't. It was usually it used to be where if I got thrown in prison, people would. Remember Billy Giuliani used to do the no bail, then I'd be -10, and then somebody would counter that one, and we'd just keep going, and then it was like, okay, cool, we could make a night, you know. And then, I mean, that was pretty good though, you know. Got us up to like 60% of the. I got out, man. I got out. Thank you guys. I gotta figure out how to fix this. Hold on, let me fix the live chat overlay. There we go. That's it. No, that wasn't it. Right here. There. On that screen. All right, so I got the number on the screen if you want to call in and tell me how. This is for all the Odinites out there and all you trolls that are watching right now, waiting for that one thing. That one thing. Oh, we've already got a whole bunch, Gray. We already got. Call in and tell me how Richard Allen is not Bridge Guy, even though it looks exactly like him. Of course, Rick Snay keeps saying that it's Ron Logan. He keeps telling everybody that'll listen that he still thinks it's Ron Logan, even though the defense team doesn't even think it's Ron Logan. That's why they never used him. If there was any evidence that Ron Logan was at the crime scene, the defense team would have used him as their backup person. And they aren't. They're not using him at all. They're going with the Odinism theory, because that was one that the prosecution hadn't planned on. That's why they're doing it. They were like, prosecution was like, oh yeah, we already ruled that out 5 years ago and weren't even thinking about it, but they thought, okay, they're going to use Ron Logan, probably Keegan Kline. Oh my God, they pulled the Odin crap out of their ass? Holy moly. That's why they did that. Go ahead. Come on, you guys. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Well, I was told a long time ago that they had... There you are. I can see you right there, Francis. That the prosecution had DNA, but it was only a certain number of markers, like 5 or 6 markers. But it was just touch DNA on like the shoulder of Abby's jacket or whatever the hell, or sweatshirt. That's it. And what would be interesting though is if those 5 markers, let's say they were able to exclude everybody else, but those markers, for example, let's say those markers matched Richard Allen. Wouldn't that be crazy? That there was touch DNA on Abby's shirt or something that matched Richard Allen. So let's say there's only 5 markers out of the 12. But what if one marker was 1 in 1,000 people have that one? The second one was, maybe 1 in 20 people have that, right? Then so that'd be 1 in 20,000. Then the next one was 1 in 50. So that would be 1 in a million at that point, I think. Right. So that'd be 1 in a million. And then let's say 1 in 45, we had the next one, so that'd be 1 in 45 million. And then the 5th one, let's say, was 1 in 4. Well, then you'd have 1 in 180 million. Well, that'd be pretty astounding. Like, okay, well, listen, only 1 in 180 million people have this. The United States only has 300 million people in it. So at the most, there could be 2 people in the United States that have these DNA markers. Would that be pretty good circumstantial evidence? And I'd say, hell yeah! Can I get an amen? And by the way, thank you guys for the bail fundraiser attempt up there. Appreciate it. So wouldn't that be amazing, you guys? Well, thanks, Carolina T. Some people think that, some people don't. But I actually know what I'm talking about. That's what's weird. But don't you think that'd be amazing? Like, if you just had the 5 markers, and then the reason you get numbers like 1 in, 10 octillion is because, wow, that one marker has, like right now, right after I just did the 5, we're at 1 in 180 million, right? But let's say the next one was 1 in 1,000. Okay, well, shit, now you're at 1.8 billion or something. 180 million or 180 billion if the next number was 1 in 1,000. And there isn't 180 billion people on the planet Earth. So it all just kind of depends on the markers themselves. If there's like 1 in 5, 1 in 20, and then you're like, 1 in 20,000 people have that. That's still some number you could put out there. And you'd say, well, it's 1 in 20,000, and Delphi only has 5,000 people in it. So he's the only one in Delphi that had those markers. See how you could word it like that? Right. Come on, you Odinism! I'm not calling you Gray. Yeah, I wouldn't call me either, to be honest with you. Yeah, it'd be pretty difficult. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah. That was just something we heard a long time ago. And by the way, if it's just touch DNA, if it includes him, it's valuable. If it's touch DNA and it doesn't include him, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean, oh, it's somebody else that was there. It just means touch DNA can come from anywhere. However, if it includes him, it's significant. Do you get how that works? Okay. So, like, you have a bullet at the crime scene, and then you have his touch DNA on a sweatshirt. That would mean something. That would mean a lot. Now, if it doesn't match him, it doesn't mean there was somebody else there. It means that she was at McDonald's earlier, brushed up against a door and touched it. Well, how do you know Richard Allen didn't go to the McDonald's? Yeah, I mean, we can argue that, but a bullet was also ejected from his gun that was found at the crime scene. And he admits to being there from 1:30 to 3:30. Darn it. Those pesky little facts that get put in there. I think I'd actually be pretty good at, like, as a consultant on the side for the arguments. Just like, hey, look it. Say this if they say this. Watch this. Boom. They say it was planted, Ivan. We don't have to say we'll see. But he was crazy, right, Fig? He was crazy. You know? So he was absolutely nuts the whole time. Like, even when he confessed the first time, he was crazy as a loon, even though he was having, doing okay. It was... Right. So, okay, so a guy confesses that a bullet that has a gun, that a bullet found at the crime scene was ejected from. A guy confesses who was admittedly on the trails from 1:30 to 3:30 and standing on platform 1. So a man that said he was there from 1:30 to 3:30, standing on platform 1 just before the girls would have passed him. Also had a bullet ejected from his gun found at the crime scene. And he confessed. Darn. What does that even mean? It means absolutely nothing, apparently, to the Odinists out there. What do you call in, Fig? We just chat again, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I'm waiting for somebody to call in, but they never do. The Odinist people. It's like a bat signal line up on the screen, just waiting for one of them. But they can't do it, man. They can't do it. Good old Rick Snay, who called in the one time and he said, "You're not that stupid, are you, Gray?" And I said, "No, but you're a moron." And then he went and told his people that I called him a moron, and then I hung up on him. No, after you called me that, I said you're a moron, then I hung up in his face because he already, once you say something like that, you're not welcome on the show anymore. You get it? And that's usually what happens when somebody gets kicked off the show or blocked, is they say something rude, but whenever they tell the story somewhere, you know what they always say? I bet you guys can guess. When they tell the story, this is what it says. "I just disagreed with Gray, and he blocked me." That's never happened. What's happened before is I've disagreed with you, and then you get angry and you reply with something absolutely outlandish, rudely, like something towards me, and then you get blocked. And then you tell everybody, however, that you got blocked because I disagreed. That's how it goes every single time. Ah, look at this here. Oh, this might be him. Hello? Oh, hello?
Hey, Gray.
Oh, no.
This account.
Oh, it's this account. What's going on?
Yeah, this is not an Odinite. Or, I don't know, Odin. I guess I don't remember the real word, but anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I just have a question for you, really. When you went to Delphi and made that video with your drone,
mm-hmm.
and you said, you went down over by kind of where the crime scene was, but couldn't get to it?
Well, I walked down there.
Because of the...
Well, there was poison
Right,
ivy. I made it almost right to it. I was 50 yards short of the crime scene, I think.
Okay,
I made it to right. I think right here. I think I made it to right in this area. Right there is where I made it. So the crime scene's just right over there. Hey, thanks, J.K. What the hell is this? Wait, I got to turn it on. He said, hold on. Do I have it turned on? I want to hear it.
Yeah, get it going.
Yeah, there, I'll put it on this one. He said, well, what the hell is this? Is this G-G-G-G-G-G-R-R-R? It's going to sound crazy. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Watch. Should be pretty funny.
What the hell is this? It's the GGGGGGGRRRRRAAYYYYYZZZZO.
There you go.
Freaks. Word to your mothers.
Word to your mother. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Okay, what do you got?
Okay, so I cannot for the life of me figure out how do you do that? Because now when you go out there, I was like, his wife was with him too, so I know she didn't let him step over the rail, go like.
Who are you talking about?
How do you get when you went down there to go down there to the scene area?
Oh yeah.
How do you do that with the bridge, like with the rail? And I was like, his wife.
Well,
no way she let him climb over.
Well, who? Oh no, we went over here. It's over here. I show it on the screen. I have a video, a 360-degree video. Wait, let me get this off the screen. Let me put this up here first. There you go. There's JK's. What the hell is this? Is that GGGG? Hey, freak. Word to your mother. All right. Anyways, so right now there's this sort of like a, I don't know what you call it, like a vestibule or something here. And then right here, I don't know if you're watching on the screen, but there's a path that you can walk that goes all the way around on the cliff over here, and then goes all the way around. I remember walking, there's this little ravine here that you go straight down, really straight, 45-degree angle down, and then you're on a much more shallow place where you're closer to the river height. And I think I made it to about right here, because I made it through the ravine that you can see in the 2012 shot, and then walked a little ways to about like right there, something like that. So then there was just all this stuff. I didn't want to get poison ivy, but
Oh yeah, I don't blame you.
there's a right before you get to the
I
bridge
wouldn't mind
itself.
going
There's a trail you take to the left that goes around along the cliff. You don't cross the river. You don't even cross the river at all. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go watch what you just pulled up because I can't see it right now. But I was like, how do we? I don't know why I was like, he did not scale that thing and jump over. And
Well, you could. It's pretty easy.
I was like, yeah, I guess if you're real nutty, but
Well, yeah, but you have to cross it and then go all the way down, and then during that time of year with all the bushes, go down a hill, be down below here, and then cross the creek to get over there. I didn't do that. I just walked into the woods over here and then made it to about right there. Didn't quite make it to the right spot.
well, yeah, but you gotta stay out of that poison ivy. I understand that. It get all over you. No, you can't. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. For Richard Allen, he and his lawyers, I think, have an issue with him telling about being there that day, wearing that outfit. He's out on that platform. He's been seen. He's got the the girls in the beginning. He's got the gal right there. Then he has the victims, Abby and Libby, come by, and then she clears that trailer south, like
Betsy Blair
going
does.
down, up and down.
Yeah, but I think Betsy Blair actually walks over to the Freedom Bridge and then walks all the way back to her car. And it works perfectly, the timing, because she gets back to her car. I think it was 2:12 or I think, yeah, like 2:12.
Yeah.
And then 2:13 is the video of Abby and Libby at the end of the bridge there. 2:14.
Exactly.
She drives by the Hoosier Harvest store. Betsy Blair.
And that, yes, and okay, so she's leaving just as that video starts. So that video also starts the crime immediately too. So if you want to say, oh, he left, but some other person, well, he didn't report seeing another person wearing something like him, you know what I mean, or whatever. And then that video starts the beginning of the crime. So he's really locked in there from the moment he arrives right to being on the bridge, right?
Yeah,
to
and also he couldn't have been there at noon because at 12:43 those girls are at the bridge, the young girls, and they never saw him. So they only saw the person, and he would have already been walking around and doing things. And then when they only saw him though when they were leaving after 1:26. So that means he got there because he admits to seeing them when he got there. So he's locked into getting there at 1:30-ish, and they don't. That also proves that he's lying when he was re-questioned in October of 2022, and I think that's something useful at trial, that he lied intentionally to completely place himself. I mean, don't you think it's amazing to say that I was there from 1:30 to 3:30, and then change it to 12 to 1:30, which is completely outside of that range, and also intentionally does not include any of the time that the girls were there. I mean, it's amazing, really. So.
Yeah, and you can see what they were trying to do there, but you just looking at it, you have all these problems because of where he was parked, where he said he was parked. I know he called it by a different building, but it's the only one over there that was all broke down, so I mean, at least from what I know from the maps and everything, what everybody said, there's no other broken down buildings over there. So whatever he thought it wasn't, or maybe he did that on purpose. We don't know. But I don't know when he knew. Oh, there was this video of a guy, him, on the bridge. If you were there and you were innocent, and you were wearing that identical clothing to what this guy was wearing, you'd already talked to the cops. Wouldn't you have done some other steps to ensure that, you're not going to be an alternative suspect? I know I would have been scared. I think he saw his picture.
I think he saw his picture. I mean, it could have been that he did it before, but the picture of the guy on the bridge was released about 2 days after the murders, 2 or 3 days. So he might have seen that, then called the tip line because he wanted to get ahead of it. And either way, even if he didn't see it, he knew that 3 girls saw him, and he works at CVS Pharmacy, so he thought they might have seen him out there. So he wants to get ahead of it, tell his story to, get it out there and see what they got. And he was probably shocked out of his mind that for 5 years that nobody questioned him again. I bet you he was just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, maybe a little surprised about that. And I guess I'm just saying, if you think about an innocent person that really, it could happen where, there were other men there. I don't know exactly where, who, and what time and everything else, but just you so have the misfortune of wearing the a very common looking outfit, which was difficult when they didn't have anybody identified.
But we're just kind of going on and on. But maybe he would have been able to, you're saying, maybe he should have kept contacting them saying, hey, I was there, do you have any more questions for me? Like that?
Yeah, or get a notebook out and write down all of his information. And, you'd want to, I would want to be taking pictures inside my car. I mean, he knows it's tiny town. It's what happened. It's a double homicide of 2 children. So, I get a lawyer, talk to them, see what they say to do. What else do you do besides the cooperation that you've done for the police? Because you just so happen to be wearing, if you're an innocent person and you just so happen to be wearing something similar, same color jacket, same color, and you were there around that time frame, what all do you do? I think you do more than just one time. I don't know if you have to call them up all the time, but I think you save your clothes. Don't you keep your stock ticker phone? Where's the stock ticker phone? Doesn't that help you help them locate where you were, what time you were there, and everything?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've said this before a million times on the show. If he was looking at his stock ticker like he claimed to Dan Doolin, I think, then his phone would have been pinging off of a tower, but I'm not sure how absolutely accurate they could be, because there isn't really a ton. I guess, well, the thing is there's cell towers out, there's like one main cell tower that's listed on FCC, but then there's also radio towers, or, radio, facilities, whatever, that sort of, I think they augment the cell towers. I don't really know exactly how it all works like for that, but, who knows? But
we'll see.
all right.
But I just don't know about that timeline and how.
Well, I know about the
there's
timeline
just a lot.
perfectly. Yeah, I got it down perfectly.
well,
I've explained it really well on the show many times. All right.
Well, yeah, you did. It's just like I don't know how he's getting out of.
Oh, well, you don't know how he's
that
getting out of
timeline.
it. Yeah. Okay, you said you don't know about the timeline. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about how he's gonna get out. So
Yeah.
anyway,
So
all right, good to know
you're a mom, right?
feeling
Are you a
Bridget.
mom? Are you a mom? Are you a mom?
Hello.
Yeah. Are you a mom? I was going to say Happy Mother's Day if you're a mom.
Oh, it's Mother's Day. Yes,
Okay.
and happy Mother's Day to all the freaks.
Yep.
And your wife's the mom.
Yep.
So same to your wife.
We had steaks and a card and all kinds of crap going on today. But anyway. All right. Anyways, well,
What
thanks for
was
calling
it?
in. Huh? Oh.
Hello.
Yeah. Thanks. I was just saying thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
Okay, we got a bad connection, Gray. I'm gonna
Okay.
see you in the chat. Okay.
All right. Okay. See you later. Bye bye.
Okay.
I wonder if I have it on that. I don't know if I have it on that. No, because I'm not using StreamYard tonight. I was just trying to say Happy Mother's Day. I shouldn't have asked if she was a mom. Yeah. I don't know. I think she was celebrating Mother's Day early today. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Paulette Leonard. Look at you guys. We're only 26 short of an actual goal, if you can believe that. We almost did it. And today I walked 9,057 steps. You know what's weird? If you just start walking and you do like 3-4 miles a day, it's crazy how you can just, it's so much, you can just walk forever at that point. It's crazy. I didn't realize that. I've been riding golf carts for so long I forgot. Yep, say no to lols, as Allie Cake said. I guess we're spelling lols wrong, I was told. Planned on doing something for a while and saw both girls alone and took this opportunity but realized. Here, let's see. I'm wondering if he planned on doing something for a while. Yeah, I mean, you're going with my original theory that I had for 5 years, actually, that this guy was a person hunting for victims, and he went out there that day and he was waiting for anybody, and Abby and Libby just happened to fit. Like, he literally waited and saw that there was nobody behind him and that there was nobody in front of him except Abby and Libby, and then when they crossed the bridge, then he went for it. And then we had the catfishing stuff come up, and then also, interestingly, on the probable cause document, it mentions how he's in a hurry. So that's something we should all keep still thinking about. Why was Richard Allen in a hurry and just blew by those first three girls, and just goes woo, like a V-line, making his way to the bridge, has his head down, he's hustling. That almost makes it feel like he was aware that that Libby was going to be there, doesn't it? And don't you also find it, okay, so it's either pure coincidence that he got there just before Abby and Libby, or he actually was given information to let him know that they were going to be there around that time, because he gets there at 1:30. He probably passes the parking area at 1:40, and Abby and Libby get dropped off at 1:49. He's hustling to get to the bridge because maybe the girls were, hey, we'll meet you at the bridge or something, So when he sees them when they get there, I mean, it's just weird, some of that stuff. However, if you're out there hunting it makes more sense in some ways because of the luck that was involved. Because there's absolute luck that at the moment that Abby and Libby were there, there wasn't another soul in the entire park. However, if you're hunting, you would be waiting for that opportunity and follow them across. So it's not really a coincidence. It's like something you waited for, and that was your moment on that day. Hey, thanks, Michelle H. and M. Jordan Jarding. Does that make sense? Yep. Hey, cool, Carolina T. But man, yeah, so you have to have something where he just waited and picked a perfect time, because right after that, people started showing up. I mean, it's amazing. Here's the thing, is either way, if he was there to meet Libby, he got extremely lucky that there was a window there. If he was hunting, he just wouldn't have done anything if the window didn't appear. Okay, but no matter what, the fact that there was this window, it was lucky regardless if it was he was there hunting or he was there just specifically for Libby. Because let's say when Libby got there, how would he know at all that there wasn't some other people that were hanging out on the bridge, walking around, etc.? This person, Richard Allen, he made his move when he saw that Abby and Libby went out onto the bridge. They were alone and isolated, and he went towards them. Now, I don't want to advertise for him, Francis. You'll just have to go look around. He's just a ridiculous YouTuber. Or I wouldn't even call him a YouTuber. He's just a pile of crap, really. Yeah. Disgusting person. So, put a 1 if you think it's disgusting that a YouTuber said that they put a tattoo of Abby and Libby on his ass because they don't matter and his ass doesn't matter. So he put it on there because, hey, he can't, they're not alive, they're dead, so he can't even take them to Chuck E. Cheese if he wanted to. What matters now is have a fair trial. I mean, give me a break. Jesus, the guy is this. You got to be mentally ill to talk like that to people. You know what's even more mentally ill? The people that stayed around and didn't say anything when he said it. Okay, they're just as bad as he is. All right. Yeah, I totally agree, Ashley. I mean, it's it sucks. All right, 22 short now, you guys. We're getting right there. We're almost there. Man, can you believe that? But the people, I think the same way about the people who sit around and they don't want to get people mad at them, so they don't say anything. When you see something like that, say something. Hell, you guys have said to me, if I've been rude, you go, Gray, that was rude. You know? And then later I go, okay, you know. But sometimes I go, bullshit, man, that, whatever. But I'm just saying, if you're sitting there and somebody says something like that, that's like, I don't even know what's worse than that. It's horrible. Yeah, I actually heard him say it. You guys heard him say he'll spin it to something else. He did say exactly what I just said. Did anybody else hear that? Because I'm telling you that's exactly what he said. And he was trying to make it sound like he was on a different part of his anatomy even. You know, he's like, yeah, I put you guys all share a picture. I had a tattoo of Abby and Libby, and I put it on a part of my body, Okay, well, then he just, God, it was just crazy. Jesus. You heard it, Kylie? That's right. It was a hashtag. He put hashtag justice for Abby and Libby. And he put it on his ass because it doesn't matter. He said that, right? He said it. He put it on his ass because it doesn't matter. I can't do anything for them. They're dead. That's how he worded it. I can't take them to Chuck E. Cheese. And you know why? Because they're dead. So what I think is if there's even a 1% chance that Richard Allen is innocent, we got to fight for that guy. Like, you know, you're not going to fight for Abby and Libby, but you're going to fight for that. Okay. All right. All right, anybody. So come on, Odinus. You got to be out there. You Odinus. But I swear to God, if you guys all, if you can get together, we can make it. We're only $23.60 or 71 cents short. Very close. Very close. Yeah, it is. It's beyond this. He often says stuff like that. Why are they being removed, Zoza? There's a reason he's on YouTube. I think he's on a mental disability or something. I heard him say his wife is the sole income. Oh, okay. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, there's a gifted membership. Let me do some math here. So we got that one. 30. All right. 30. All right. If we do, trying to do the math. Let's see. 50. If we do 40 more, I'll do the 5 memberships because I'm going to add in. I'll just make the memberships be the equivalent to like the dollars, you know. I hope he was just saying that to prove a point, and he no, Cindy, come on, you always do this stuff, you know. You act like this is who he is. What point would that be? There's no point to prove. I don't think he tattooed anything, you know, if that's what you're saying. But I think he just says these things to say them. He thinks it's edgy and cool, and it's just not. You know, don't always look for the out for these people. There isn't one. You do it all the time now, like almost religiously. Okay, you look like, well, I just, you know, and there's no nuance, you know. There's not trophies for everyone. Hey, good night, this account. Gotta go, didn't realize, good night. Didn't realize what? Gotta go, didn't realize. Well, I hope he didn't actually tattoo that. But that little story to tell is disgusting, you know? Yeah. And I tell you what, if you guys see him, are you taking off, Francis? All right, have a good one. Kind of late, probably, where you guys are. I don't know if you're on the East Coast, but 9:24 here. No, is she not feeling well? Well, you feel better up there, this account? No takers, huh? Just get to that goal. We can do it, man. We can do it. I get that, man. You ever notice that, though, how I open the lines up for the Odinists to call in and make their case how that's not Richard Allen on the bridge, and they just can't do it, and they know they can't do it, so they won't do it. Every single time. Doesn't matter. Nah, the trolls will just answer the other side. All right, I guess we're not going to get there. So, what time is it? Been on there for, well, we've only been on there for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So maybe we have a chance in the next hour. But there's also a chance I could be on there for an hour and still not, and then that whole hour was just an hour. No. We're meeting them. We're meeting them on Thursday. But hold on, I gotta go use the. Hey, thanks, David Arnold. Gotta use the restroom for a second. Telling you guys, we're only 21 short. We just got to keep on getting the goals to get to the numbers. And actually, thank you for that, because the weird thing is all day I'm like, we're doing Mother's Day on Thursday for my mom. And I was like, wait a minute, I got a call over there. I was like, shit, I couldn't believe it. You know? But my whole mind all day was like, Thursday we're doing Mother's Day. Yeah. Oh, you don't like that song? Yeah. So, is it going to be really tough for us tonight to get to the other $22 to get to the minimum goal? Is there any chance, you guys? It seems like it should be really simple with 300 and something people. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and all the donations are appreciated. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to. If you can't afford to, I mean, I don't want anybody giving me a nickel if it affects your life. Like, all of a sudden you're, you know, I'm only talking to people if it's something that you can afford to do. Right? Right. But I got the line open for, you know, somebody to call in to give me your counter theory on how Richard Allen isn't the guy on the bridge. But this is the second night in a row we've had the lines open, and those God-forsaken, Richard Allen-loving Odinists can't ever call in with something that's cogent, something that actually makes sense, or, you know, because there isn't anything. Hey, thanks, Lisa Valenzuela. All right, 17. Hold on, let me look at this. Well, Cindy, what do you mean? You wouldn't be doing it anyways, don't worry. Richard Allen supporters, I'd love to hear it. Wouldn't that be great, Bridget? Just one person. Just one. God, I'm begging you, one Richard Allen supporter. Can you tell me how that's not him? Well, 'cause Betsy Blair saw somebody that looked younger, okay? Right, but when Betsy Blair was showed the image, she said that was the guy in the bridge. And as you can see, I think the thing that the prosecution regrets the most, almost, in this case, first of all, the Dan Doolin fiasco. Secondly, that they went with Betsy Blair's second image when they changed direction in 2019. I think they absolutely regret that. Holy crap! Linda Howe, Linda Mold, hey! Now I'm going to give away 5 memberships. That's amazing, you guys. Thank you so much. That was Linda Howe, as in Linda Mold and Howe, and Norm Scanlon. You guys have been watching the Denver versus Minnesota series? Nobody's won a home game. It's 2-2. 2 wins by Minnesota in Denver, and then 2 wins by Denver in Minnesota. Like, what in the hell is that? That is insane. And then, by the way, did you guys see the end of the first half in that game? Minnesota had cut it from 18-7. They were doing okay. They're right in there. And then with about 15 seconds to go, they turned the ball over, and Denver went in for a dunk.
Freaks for your support, exclamation mark. Thanks, Gray, for all you do.
Well, thank you. I'll just wait for this. You wouldn't believe what happened, though. It was just like, it was unreal, you know. Good to see that UFO on there again.
More often. Shiz, Gray, freaks, and mullets.
Yeah, so check it out with the. So Denver was up by 7 only after, because, you know, the Minnesota was down 19 or, you know, like way down. They came back and they made it kind of close. And I think what lost the game for them for the whole night, it was at a halftime, just before half, they turned the ball over and their guy went down for a dunk. Then Edwards went down the court and he dribbled, and then he got the ball stolen from him with about 5 seconds to go. Then they threw the ball down the court, and I think that might have been right before that a 3-pointer was hit. Then Edwards went down, got the ball stolen from him. Then they threw it down the court, and they got a layup. So that was 5 points in like 5 seconds. Then with 2 seconds to go, Minnesota throws the ball like all the way to half court, and it gets intercepted by one of Denver's player, and he threw the ball from half court and drilled it. So in about 15 seconds, they scored 8 points, and instead of only being up 7, they were up 15 going into half. I mean, it was insane what happened. It was really absolutely crazy what happened right there. You never see that. All right, so here we go. We got the membership gifting. And here's 5. Who's going to get them tonight? Who's going to get them? I don't know if anybody watched that. Did anybody in here see what I was just saying? You should watch it on YouTube just for the hell of it. And he drilled that half quarter. It went in like it was a perfect shot, straight through. So let's see. Oh, look at Brad Lucas. Okay. All right. I mean, you aren't the Brad Lucas, are you? Like, let's see. So we've got Renee, Nicole, Brad Lucas, Zippity Doodle, and Angel Howakan. Howakan. Is that right? Cool. Welcome. Z-plane! Z-plane! See. Who said that? That was Tattoo, right? You remember? You know, when you think back, wasn't Fantasy Island pretty much the dumbest show that was ever? And then they just totally jumped the shark at the end. Remember, it was got like really like God, like evil spirits, and like he could communicate with like God and stuff at the end. Welcome to Fantasy Island, played by Ricardo Montalban, who was Khan in the original Star Trek series back in 1960s, and then also played the same part in the movie. Yeah, you like the Love Boat was before Fantasy Island. I think it was like 10 o'clock, and then 11 o'clock was Fantasy Island. Yeah. Exciting and new. Come aboard, we're expecting you. Oh, yeah. You like MacGyver? I'm not sure. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for one of the Odinists to call in, but they never seem to have the courage to do so. Yet they can get a panel of 6 people talking about how Judge Gull, man, that one time when she said, oh, God. How boring. Hey, does anybody remember the TV show called Mod Squad with Link, Julie, and Pete? That was a sweet show, man. Oh, man, that was one of the best. They had like bell-bottom pants and everything. It was... No, you remember that? Nice. Yeah, it was an awesome show. And then I'll tell you what was one of the really... You know what was the first... Like, see if you can get it. Who was the show... What was the show that had... it was basically the first X-Files. And he actually was on an X-Files episode later. It was kind of a cool little callback kind of situation. Which one was it? Come on, you guys. Anybody? What was the original sort of X-Files type show? Or, you know, there might have been something else, but one that was really close, similar. Yeah, hey! Ivan got it. Coal Shack, the Night Stalker. Yeah. He was like a reporter running around, and he'd always have these crazy... I remember the Headless Horseman one. That was crazy. I mean, all kinds of... It's a wild... And his little boss would never want to publish anything. No, you should watch it. Great show. Just see if you can find the old ones. Now it's called Coal Shack. I'll show you what he looked like. Yeah, right there. I love this character. He's the same guy that's in Christmas Story. You know, plays the same person, you know, actor. This guy, he's the father in Christmas Story, but that's him right here. Kolchak the Night Stalker. Sci-Fi Wire. Right there. And he always talk in this little recorder. Well, you can't. You can't redo shows when you have this character is what made Kolchak a good, the Night Stalker a good show. That's it. You know, he was just the way his personality was, the way his voice sounded. You know, there's a certain point where you just can't do it again. So there's no way they should have remade this one, in my opinion. Yeah, there it is. Kolchak the Night Stalker, the series. Oh man, can you buy that on CD or something? Oh, man, that'd be totally worth having that. I love that show Reno 911. Do you guys ever watch that? That was pretty funny. I don't know, Cindy, you were probably alive at the time. You're like 75, right? Yeah. Reno 911 was great. It was just so perfect. Oh, 76, okay. Yeah, I never watched Alf. I don't know why. People liked it. It was on the air for a while. All right, so which soap operas did you guys watch? Because I remember when I was in college, everybody watched soap operas. Guys, girls, it was so crazy. I would say from like in the 80s. I think the 80s was the heyday of soap operas. Yeah, like I think I did General Hospital. Yeah, All My Children was one. Young and the Restless. That's about it. Bold and the Beautiful was one that was on there. Stupid names like Ridge and Thorn, you know, like total. Yeah, General Hospital with Luke and Laura and Baldwin, whatever it is. Scotty Baldwin, I think is his name, or something like that. I don't know if it was Baldwin. Something like Scotty. Wasn't that Laura's sister or brother? I mean, something. But it was so weird. Like you would just watch him. Like you almost like made your schedule around that time. Think how different it is now. Who cares about something like that? Dark Shadows. Is that another one? I remember one called Strange Luck that barely, it was one season, but it should have kept going. Guiding Light. You know what's weird? If you tune in, I guess they're still on or something. You know, like General Hospital, and they're still the same people. They're just really old. I mean, we're looking at 45 years ago, you know? Yeah, General Hospital, yeah, that was sure, yeah, it was realistic, right? With two guys, let's see, it was, oh yeah, Jack Wagner, he became a singer, and so did Blackie. Remember Blackie, the other character? Or what was he? Yeah, I think he was on that show too, right? That's, Mary Hartman? Yeah, John Stamos, right. I was trying to remember his name in real life. Oh, and then Rick Springfield, like he was actually good. Like he was an actually good singer. He still does. That's what he does, you know. But he was on there. He was Dr. Noah Weber, I think. And then he became... So, like, General Hospital had 3 pretty famous people on there. Yeah, Jesse's Girl is a great song. You know? Right? I've actually done that karaoke. I know. Let's see. Did I miss info on Felicia Carson from the thumbnail? No, you didn't. You didn't miss it. I just didn't get to it. We'll have to do that at a different time. I have that one, though. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, Rick Springfield's still doing. He's doing good. He had about 5 or 6 good songs in that album that Jesse's Girl was in. Oh yeah. yeah. I remember when I was in where was it? In New Orleans. I did karaoke. I did the Ice Ice Baby, and man, my lips were so dry, and this guy actually handed me a beer to drink really quick. That was pretty cool. Somebody would do that. Odinism, come out and play. And that's from the movie. God, what is it? Well, there was The Animals. Was it called The Animals? The movie? I don't know. Or was that one of the gangs in that one? That was a great movie. Whatever the hell that name of that one is. The Warriors. There you go. The Warriors. Warrior. I said that, didn't I? Warriors, come out and play. And I didn't even remember that's the name of the freaking movie. Yeah, boy. Yeah. I even said it in my quote. Warrior. Or actually, I was repeating what you said, but in my mind, I was thinking Warriors.
Odinism, come out and play.
Thanks, Francis. Oh, you saw me sing that? In the hell? Yeah. Yeah, it was... Sounds like a Jerry Lewis impersonation. What does? Is this the Laura Stone troll coming out now? From the beginning of the show? Instead of giving out memberships, you should karaoke if we hit a certain amount. Well, I like giving out memberships too. But maybe to get that super level. Ding 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 ding. Well, thanks, Linda Howell. Yeah, probably, Laura. I don't know. It's hard to know what you're saying when you say something about Jerry Lewis impersonation. No idea what that means. I mean, who are you talking to? Yeah, I remember a guy offering you $100 to sing it. Oh, on here? Oh yeah, I think I remember that one time. Was that I think that might have been Jay Case back a long time ago. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe it was Cairo. Yeah, I can't stand David Letterman. I used to think he was sort of funny, but he just turned into... You know, there's nothing worse. Like, look at Howard Stern, man. He was always funny. He turned into an idiot. I mean, just a total political hack running around. Just, you know, he's like a wacko. absolute crazy person. You know, he's so paranoid with COVID, you know. Like, everybody was a little bit paranoid, but he was like, okay, almost like pathological. You know what? I mean, I get why, you know, there's people out there that don't like Trump, but don't you think it's crazy how they all loved him? Stern, you know, NBC, ABC, and everything. They all just thought he was the greatest, the funniest. They made him so much money, and they were just so happy. But as soon as he ran, and he was on the other team, how they just turned him and villainized him into some other person, where he's always constantly trying to defend himself. It's a little bit like Chris Proudfoot in a way, right? Like, it's like every second of every day he's always having to defend himself, so you don't really get to see the nice person that people liked before that. I'm not saying, I don't even know if Chris Proudfoot was ever a nice person, but don't you think it's weird how they all just loved him? And as soon as he's on the other side, just like McCain, you know? McCain was always this guy that was so, you know, he'd go both ways. Everyone liked him. But then as soon as he ran for president, they turned him into a monster. You know, they made him look like he was the most right-wing radical that there ever was. And I don't know, I just don't like stuff like that. And it's the media that does the shaping of perception of people. And that's something we should all be worried about. So, you know, just don't always believe everything that you hear on your favorite news channels. No, he didn't jump any ship. He just did what he wanted to do, you know. That's nothing to do. And what difference would it make if he jumped ship? Why does that matter to anybody? He's the same person, right? See what I mean? Like, that comment right there is sort of admitting that it's just the pure political element of it. No, they turned him into that. Yes, they did. Yeah, they did. When he ran, they said he's more right-wing than George Bush was. I remember it. See, you didn't hear, you know, I just know what I'm talking about. Trust me on this. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And Palin, for God's sakes, they made her, nothing they put out in the media was true about stuff that she said. NBC just tried to make her look like the dumbest person on the planet by saying stuff like, Russia, I can see Russia from my house. She never said that. She said that you can see Russia from part of Alaska, you know, because it's only, I think it's 50 miles away, and if you're, you know, in a certain point, you can actually see it. That's what she said, but yeah, who cares? Well, I mean, what do facts matter? And it was funny too, because they did this poll where they asked all these people that were coming out of a voting booth, and they threw out all these really stupid answers. And everybody coming out of the voting booth attributed those to Sarah Palin, and none of them were from her. They actually had to reveal it to him. And they said, no, that was what your guy said. And they go, oh, okay. Yeah. So it was kind of strange, right? So they built up this narrative that made her look like the dumbest person on the planet, so that everything dumb that was said would be attributed to her. So I you know, you might not like them and stuff for, you know, policies and all that stuff, but when you see people inventing things, that's when you should get a little nervous, because everybody starts believing it. It's just the same way you watch this in true crime, right? You see a narrative put out there, and it just goes on, and then everybody actually started seeing this in this Micah Miller case. You know, I thought like there was all the stuff going on, but then I started seeing that there's a couple sides and everything, and there was different things going on that we're really aware of. So I just said, okay, I'm not doing this. I realized that I was in a place where I was being fed information from one single side, and it wasn't really accurate. I mean, some of it is, some of it wasn't, though. Yeah. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying, Sandy. Yeah, I get what you're saying up there. Yeah, it mattered to them. Yeah. But why? You know what I mean? He's the same dude. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Wait, you're not on my team anymore? Well, now you suck. Okay, I won't switch. Okay, you're great then. Wait, I'm the same person. Oh, but you know. Oh God, it sucks. They tried to make it out that it was bad that Sarah Palin hunted moose. Yeah, why does it matter that she hunted moose? And also, why does it? I don't know what the story is on Christina Nome. What did she do? There's something about her dog. Like, what is it that happened? That she put down one of her dogs, and all of a sudden now she's like this, dog-hating person or something? Or I don't know. The governor here is wanting to possibly tax us on miles you drive. Oh, well, there you go. Where do you live? California? I was just talking when I called my mom. I actually called because you said that. I was like, I knew I was seeing him Thursday, but I went, why the hell didn't I call today? So I called her really quick, and I told her, I always tell people how you're the greatest mom on the planet. And I said, but I also told him how, now they say you're abusing a kid if you get spanked. And I go, remember all those wooden spoons you broke? And she goes, I don't remember breaking that many, but, and she goes, I remember using it, but I don't remember, she didn't really remember it. I go, but who cares, Mom? None of us have been in prison. I think that means something. Says no to fake meat. No fake meat, no fake news, no fake genders. Yay. Yeah. I mean, you guys have seen some of the stuff going on lately, right? I mean, you've got, what was it, in Oregon? I think it was in Oregon here, this state, track thing. It was ridiculous. This huge dude who's claiming to be a guy just kicked the crap out of, claiming to be a girl, kicked the hell out of all the girls in the event. Probably get a nice little scholarship somewhere, and taking a scholarship from a female. I hope you guys are all against that. Let me ask you guys something. Why is it political to say this? Men who are claiming to be or feel like they're a female shouldn't be able to compete against actual biological women in sports. I've been saying this for 5 years on this show, way before it became something that came into the media, because I knew this was going to be a huge issue in the future. And so when you ask that question, why is that bad? Can I ask that question? Doesn't that just make sense? Like, if you had a daughter, and I want you to be honest, if you had a daughter and she was really good at track and field, and she got second place in state to a guy who is deemed himself to be a female, wouldn't you feel like just absolutely terrible for your daughter? Because she literally won, but she doesn't get the win now because of that. And let's say she was fourth place. Now she doesn't even get one of the medals, and probably, maybe doesn't get a scholarship now because, it's just ridiculous. And I don't know why that it's not just so obvious to everybody, but everybody's nervous to, I don't want to say it, it's just, it's the right thing. It's not right. Okay? It's not right. And I've said this for 5 freaking years. When I said it was after Caitlyn Jenner at the ESPYs, who now has changed her opinion. She said, I think you should be able to compete in sports with whatever sex you identify with. And I just went like this. Oh, God. Because everybody cheered and clapped. And I knew that was going to be a turning point, and it was. And now she says the exact opposite of that. Because I think you just, you see the light. Can you imagine Bruce Jenner being Caitlyn Jenner back in 1980 in the decathlon? competing against women in the heptathlon, he would have like broke the world record by 6,000 points. It would have been touched today. What I think it should be is, why doesn't everybody compete against everybody? And then there's categories for winning, like the gold medal for male athlete, or it could just be a gold medal overall. Like, let's say there happened to be a woman who could run the 100-meter dash in 8.5, or 9.5, I mean, and she won. Well, shit, it's just, she's the overall winner and the first female ever to win, biological female. And then you could have stuff like the top place transgender person, and they got 9th overall, and that's this person. And I think that'd be sort of interesting to do it that way. Why not just have it open for timed events? Okay, you cannot have, I think in timed events, or track and field and swimming are perfect for these things, because they're just timed and it's individual sports. But as soon as you start going to physical sports, though, like boxing or something, forget it. All right, forget it. But in basketball, if it's women, and basketball is different too, because now you've got women in sports. It's women against women. Now, if you start adding, men that are saying that they're women, then it gets really unfair, right? Everybody just knows this. Isn't it really logical? And almost everybody that actually has a kid that identifies that way, they realize the same thing. And it's not controversial to them. So, anyways, I don't really have much more to say about it, but yeah, you know what? I was just watching this thing with John McEnroe, okay? And it was like 5 years ago, and he said, Serena, they go, wow, she's so great. And he goes, she's the best female tennis player ever. And they go, why did you have to say female? Why couldn't you just say she's the best tennis player ever? And he goes, because she'd be 700th in the world if she was on the men's tour. And he got so much crap for that. What do you mean? Why did somebody come back to him with that answer when he said, she's the best female tennis player in the world? And they say, why did you say female? Why did you qualify it? Why can't he qualify it? I mean, doesn't that make sense? They got so angry at him. They wanted him to apologize on air. And he goes, no, I'm not going to apologize. She'd be about 700th in the world. Then they asked, what would you be now? And he goes, about 1100th. Because he's 59 years old now. But I can just tell you, Serena Williams is really strong and stuff. I wouldn't put her, I bet you she'd be like 400th or something, not 700. But she even said herself, she goes, if I played against the men, I'd lose 6-0, 6-0, 6-0 in like 5 minutes. She said that. And so, isn't that just sort of reasonable thinking? Northern Lights? No, I haven't seen the Northern Lights. Our state doesn't allow it, at least. Yeah, well, I guess in the NIAI, they actually banned it, so that's cool. And I remember they did, remember the whole, and also McEnroe said, man, I can't, Bobby Riggs, man, he pisses me off, because they did this whole thing. Wow, that's pretty deep, 8675309. That's actually not even on planet Earth. That's like the entire universe is what you're throwing out there. No, he said, yeah, she's the, I mean, I don't know if I can find it. Maybe I can find the audio. Hold on. Let me just play it. It's ridiculous, really. Yeah. Listen to this. Come with me, say love me. Oh. Gotta listen to this stupid ad for a minute. John McEnroe says he won't apologize to Serena. Why should he? I mean, it's ridiculous. Hold on.
What's going on?
Let's just start with the elephant in the room.
That's right.
Why
See, here it
was
is.
it necessary for you to say that anybody, Serena, couldn't beat the 700th player on the men's circuit?
As you know well enough, Charlie, respect Serena very much so, okay? And I was simply calling her on an NPR, which supposedly you're supposed, you know, this is where you can say it like it is and you're going to get honest feedback. She's the greatest female player that ever lived. Then the lady said to me, I don't remember which one, but she said, why did you say woman? Why don't you just say the greatest, tennis player that ever lived? And so then I felt the need, however, unfortunately, I'm probably to defend myself.
See, he has to
I don't
defend
know,
himself.
just say what I really felt. I mean, which is about what I think she would be. I think you're referring to the fact that I said she'd be about 700 in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got a solution, Gail, though, because I know that you're friendly with Serena, and I think at least
I'm
until
clutching
yesterday,
the table right now.
I'm
Yes.
just waiting. Would
Oh,
you
they're so angry. They're clutching the table. They're so angry because he didn't say it right.
like to apologize?
no.
Listen to this idiot.
But
Look at this.
Would
at it, look
you
at
like to apologize?
Look at her
no.
stupid face. Look at this. Look at this.
I'm
right now.
I'm
Yes.
just waiting.
can't
Would you
wait.
like to apologize?
No.
But
offer.
the offer is this, is because it seems in tennis, unlike other sports, that they're always asking about how women, they always ask me how I would do for someone. Why isn't this old bag John McEnroe, how would he do against Serena? Why don't you combine, just solve the problem? I'm sure the men would be all for this. The men and women play together. And then we don't have to guess.
But John, you didn't answer Charlie's question.
Yeah, see? Yeah, right. See, now she won't answer that one because that's the answer. Let the women compete against the guys and then maybe have a consolation bracket, for example. Like after that, the women, whoever doesn't make it through to the, like that, they compete in another tournament over here. I mean, doesn't that make you sad, you guys? That John McEnroe right there literally said exactly the truth, a reality. And they wanted him to apologize. This is like, God, man, it makes me so angry. Oh, shit. Does that, put a 1 if that bothers you, what you just heard right there. Please be honest, too. Don't be like, well, because of my political party, we have to. No, screw it. Just be honest with yourself. Or maybe I should do a poll instead, because maybe you're too scared to put your name on the. It's ridiculous, you guys. He said she's the best woman tennis player in the world. Well, how come you didn't say that it was just the best tennis player? Because Federer would kick her ass. You get it, right? I mean, it would just be. It's just incredible. Anyways. Yeah, there's got to be something that people get the. I don't know. I'm just using common sense, everybody. That's what I try to do on my show, just in general. Is common sense, and some people don't like common sense, especially if they don't believe in common sense. They believe in, fairy tales, ghosts, and goblins. Yeah, you don't get that here. It's embarrassing, really. But wow, now he explains his. So he's going to explain it again.
Why do people have a problem with what you said?
I don't know. They don't talk about it in other sports. I suppose when Riggs played Billie Jean back in the 70s, it's prompted this idea that we should keep doing it. It hasn't really happened, although Connors played Martina Navratilova about 20-something years ago. Gave her, he only had one serve, and she had the doubles alley and beat her. And over the course of time, people...
He only got one serve, and she had the doubles alley, and he still beat her. Martina Navratilova, okay? Jimmy Connors, that's hilarious.
Well, including our now president, wasn't president at the time, have offered me sums of money to play Serena or Venus. I don't know why I'm always the guy that they want to play. The old fart now that, can you still beat Serena? But at any rate, I believe I have some ability left, and I had pride when I played, and they could ask.
Yeah,
why don't they
McEnroe
ask
was
her to play
amazing,
Roger
yeah.
Federer or Rafael Nadal?
I mean, I don't know if you guys, a lot of you probably did ever watched it, but John McEnroe he was like an artist. I mean, he was like absolutely incredible tennis player. And the rackets they used back then had the tiny little heads on them. Now there's like these massive, fishnets almost. I mean, but man, back then they had these little rackets, and he'd hit it right in the center. It was really, he was incredible. Well, I know, I don't want you to see it because it's a video. That's why you don't see it, Veruca Salt. You're just listening to it.
Oh, on clay. See how that goes.
Yeah. But would you play her for amount of money?
I never really thought that was something to mix the apples and oranges. I should probably suggest now that it might not be a bad idea if everyone's all up in arms about it. Have the women play in the men's circuit, and we'll see what happens. Let them all play for the next 2 years and see what the rankings are. And as far as I talk about it in this book a little bit. Obviously, you haven't read it, Dan, but that's okay.
I just got it.
Well, you just got it a minute ago, so I forgive you.
Yeah.
But
I love the pictures in there, though.
The kid.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to keep going there, but yeah, it was like him and Connors would always go back and forth, and then Lendl showed up, but then who was the blonde-haired guy from Sweden? What the hell was his name? Yeah, he was right there during that time too. But he says that Pete Sampras is probably the best. I can't remember if he said asphalt player or something like that. Yeah, Bjorn Borg. That's right. I haven't got a Scout and Dude report. I haven't got one. I haven't seen him in a while. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it, you guys. It's gonna do it. We've been on here now for almost 3 hours right now. Coming up, Bjorn Borg. Yeah, it sucks. The political correctness sucks. It kind of permeates our society. That's why I try not to say. Oh well, I don't just try not to. I don't say unalived. Like What's Her Face does every second of every show with a little trigger bunny. Wonder how his back and walk are doing. Yeah, I'll check in with him. Yeah, glad you guys liked it. All right, thanks to Lil Puppy Paws 99, Brown Eyed Girl 714, OCD, Julie S, Karen Andrews, Pitbull Lover 22, Wendy Van Rokel, Wanda. You guys got to go try to watch the. Let me see if I can just pull one of these up really fast. Hold on a second. Yeah, that guy right here. Look at this guy. Look at it. He does like chiropractor on dogs. Look at him. Watch it. The dogs seem like they kind of like it. Like it's a pit bull, right? Hey, what's going on, buddy? Hey. Yeah. It's crazy. This guy. Look at it. Like there's ones where the dogs make these weird faces at it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. You're crazy, man. I think that's nuts. All right. I've been watching those. Oh, he went to jail? Jesus. How come? Anyways, thank you. Let's do this again. So it was Little Puppy Paws, then Brown Eyed Girl 714 did a cat eye, then OCD, Julie S, Karen Andrews, Pitbull Lover, Wendy Van Rokel, Wanda from Missouri, a new member, then Kami, Allie Cake, Timothy Moore, B Sir, 8675309, Twinkies. And I've never said to somebody, well, you just don't donate because you buy Twinkies because she looked like she was overweight in her image. I would never say something like that. I hope you guys realize that. Kathy Friedmaker again, and Revengeance, Ivan Victor, Quinta Huggins, Whiskey Boots 19, Whiskey Puppy Paws 99, Francis Perot, I guess, and then Lil Puppy Paws 99, then Sandy Shirley Gifted 5, then Cindy J again, then Water 1051, K Me, Nikki Zubs, Brown Eyed Girl 714, B Sir, Lil Puppy Paws 99, then J Case with the what the hell is this? It's the GGGGGRRRAZZZZO. Hey, freak's word to your mother. Ding 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 ding. Paulette Leonard, Allie Cake, Michelle H, M, Jordan Jarding, Bridget Bauman, gifted a membership, David Arnold, Lisa Valenzuela, Linda Howell, as in Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles, Norm Scanlon, and then I gifted 5 because of that little rally right at the end there, and then Francis Peralt again. And thank you for calling in, everybody who called in. And Veruca Salt called in. Yep, you called in, yep. So I think it was this account, Veruca Salt, and Francis Peralt called in. Is that right? I don't think there's any more. And then also, I think it was, hold on. Those are all me paying. And then Ivan Victor, a couple times looks like on Cash App. Thank you. Or is that 3 times? I don't know. I can't tell. So there's another one on there. Anyways, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Got to the goal. Wasn't like a crazy night, but you know, this is Sunday night, Mother's Day. It wasn't too bad. I wish I could give all the mothers out there a big hoodie of some sort and a hug. All right, you guys are awesome. We can just pretend. All right. Oh yeah, Agassi. He kind of came a little bit after like Lendl and them. He was like really young right then. Yeah, I remember him. He kind of reminded me of like this pop culture tennis player. Like almost like he was a soap opera guy that just happened to be playing tennis or something. Yep, I'm gonna keep on trucking. Yep, we got another show tomorrow. I'll do that other case tomorrow. There's not a lot on it, but it's just one of these crazy cold cases that nobody, you'll never hear about. It hardly has any information. There was an article that looked like there was a little bit more in it. Yeah, remember that? 8675309 had the long hair, then he made it short later. I guess because he was going bald, so it looked kind of weird to have a mullet with no hair in the yeah, that's the real reason, everybody. Let's be honest. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys later. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Oh, Sandy Shirley's going to say,
yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while.
Fly by.
And during this whole time,
maybe we'll do that one with the pictures of people.
That is a
hey, good night,
dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like a little projector. Crime sector is my nectar.
Yes, it sure would have been.
Gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector,
and I'm always gonna be a paw protector.
Interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his spectre. With all respect, just remember I've a temper fucking injection. I have no agenda. I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight out of the blender. And in the end, send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Yeah! Think of trolling my food, but I don't eat it. I chew it up and spit it out and repeat it. It's not a treat. The troll is beat. Just one of the ways that I defeat it. Hippity hoppity, tip tip pop pop. Rumor going around about me and the crew about some way doing all stuff to do. You might not heard of me. Collaborate and listen. I sit back with his brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly. Flows like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow to the extreme. I rock the mic like a vandal. Light up the stage and mark the chump like a candle. Dance cause the speakers that boom, killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly when I play a dope melody. Anything less than the best is the felony. Love it, leave it, better gain weight. Better hit bowls that a kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook of my DJ revolves it. The party is jumping with the bass kicked in and the Vegas are pumping. Quick to the point, cause the point no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Burning them, yeah, quick and nimble. Go crazy when I hear the cymbal with a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll, time to go solo. Rolling in my 5.0 with the rack tap down so my hair can blow. The girl is on standby, waiting just to say hi. Did you stop? No, just kept on, drift on. Just to the next block. About the left, I'm headed to the next block. Block was dead, y'all, so I continued to A1A. Detroit Avenue. Girls were hot, wearing less than bikinis. Rockman lovers, rebel Lamborghinis. Jealous, cause I'm out getting mine. Shade was a gauge and Manila was a 9. Gunshots ranged out like a bell. I got 9 other hardwood shells falling on the concrete real fast. Jumped in my car, slammed on the gas. Bumper to bumper, avenues packed. Trying to get away from the jacker's deck. Police are on the scene, you know what I mean? Drop it up in front of a dope beam. Said there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook of my DJ revolves it. Alright everybody, thank you very much.
Hey, Mary Lou, not too bad, okay? Happy Mother's Day.
I'm not a mother, Gray. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, say hello to your mother.
Word to your mother.
No, I said, okay, you got me there. That's what it's supposed to be at the end of it. You know, say hello to your mom, okay?
Well, who's my mom, Gray?
I have no idea, Mary Lou. You don't know who your mom is, for God's sakes?
I don't. That's weird. It's a strange thing to think about. Where is my mom? Who is my mom?
Yeah, wow. I feel bad for Mary Lou. Well, sometime I have to tell her the truth.
Wait, what do you mean, Gray? What's the truth?
Anyways, all right. We'll see you guys later. Woo! Escaped that one.
No, you didn't, Gray. You're gonna tell me one of these days.
All right. See you guys later. And be safe out there.